Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. How's everybody doing? Love the music? Well, if you like the music so much, the link is in the description if you want to find out more about it or who made it. Hyper Potion's one of my favorite artists, so I appreciate your taste in music. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me well? Do I look good? Do I sound good? Thank you guys all so much for joining. We are going to be getting through the mid-season finale for RWBY Volume 8 today. And we have a bit of a break before RWBY comes back in February. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot of excitement, a lot of things to look forward to when we come back. And so yeah, I mean, I also feel like sounds a little off, but not so much, but not much to annoy me. Oh dear. I don't know if that's on my end or yours, but all my stuff is typically the same. I just usually ask 'cause if something's off, it's, you know, it's out of my control for the most part. But honestly, I'm kind of fine with the break just because I'm kind of like dragged every which way. There's so many things I'm trying to focus on. With RWBY going on a break, I can finally finish Red vs. Blue Season 13. I can get a leg up on some of the other videos and content that I wanted to do this year that I didn't have a chance to. And with having a couple of weeks off, it's kind of good for me, honestly. I never get a break during RWBY until it's done. So the fact that we're getting a substantial break for a while gives me a chance to focus on other things like gaming on Twitch, which I've been doing for the last couple of days. And like I said, like I've tried juggling RWBY and RVB, so the fact that we're getting a break is kind of a blessing in disguise for me to be able to finish the Chorus trilogy. You sound different to me. I had a bit of a long day, to be honest, so maybe that's why. I mean, I'm just trying to be chill for now. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow, the new Genshin Impact update, so. Also, we have about 10 minutes to kill before I start the discussion itself, so yeah, this is kind of like the calm before we get into it. YouTube didn't give out the update. I mean, give out notifications. Well, that's to be expected. You sound sad? No. Everything is fine. Everything is absolutely fine. There's nothing going on. Nothing's wrong in my life. My landlord came by, gave me a little Christmas card with a little gift, with a little you know, gift card in it. You know, wish me Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So I'm fine. I'm apt. Like I had a good day. It's just there's a good day and then there's a long day. So you know, just winding down. After this, I'm just gonna be chilling for the rest of the day and the weekend. So yeah, no, absolutely nothing's wrong. Sorry if I'm giving you guys that impression. Let's see. Chris V, hey Murder, I'm assuming the fan mail unboxing will be after the holidays. Yeah, actually, I haven't recorded it just yet. I'm going to be doing, like, it's not going to be, like, Christmas themed, but it's like, I'm going to go through all the stuff that I got because it's the holidays. I typically don't get Christmas gifts, so, like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I'm an adult. For the most part, I live alone. I see my mom and my brother from time to time. But other than that, like, I'm not about, like, getting a bunch of gifts for Christmas like I did when I was a kid. So, you know, that's, like, my own little, like, oh, I have gifts for Christmas. It's other people. You know, it's people who send me, you know, stuff to my P.O. box. So, yeah, I'm probably going to just do something like that. It'll be posted probably after New Year's, I think. You'll get a Christmas hug. Let's see. How's everybody's day been? How's everyone's week? Hopefully you guys have a lot of things to look forward to over the next couple of days. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing the discussion today, because tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and then Friday's New Year's Day. I'm sorry, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day. New Year's Eve, that's next week. Yeah, so I'm obviously doing this a little earlier just because, you know, I feel like the festivities are gonna be, everyone's gonna be all over the place, hustling and bustling. So I wanted to try to do this discussion as early as possible, and then if people are, you know, people have downtime during the break, they can tune into the VOD if they weren't able to catch it live, and so on and so forth. Got any resolutions, Arnold? Not really. I honestly feel like the only resolution that I tried to do this year was kick soda, like stop drinking soda completely, which I feel like I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't drink soda, period. I remember, I think the first time I drank soda this year was when I went to a birthday party. It was like, I think it was February or March. It was my best friend's mom's birthday, and they were having like food and stuff, and I like just drank a soda and completely forgot that I was like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to drink soda, because I don't have soda in my house. So like when we went out, when I went to the birthday party, like that's all they had to drink. But for the most part, I've been relatively good about that. I'm slowly starting to like take out sugary drinks, so I'm still having like juice and water and milk and stuff like that. I actually switched from milk to cashew milk, so for the most part, that was the only resolution that I tried to do this year, and I think I did pretty well on that. I can't do that, LOL. Well, I mean, it's just because, like, I felt like I was, like, addicted to sugar for the most part, and, like, a big part of that came from the things that I drank. Let's see. I don't need people to help me grow up. I drink milk. Classic. Let's see. At the end of the episode, oh no, Penny got Yamcha'd. Oh god. I actually did see that. I saw people making that comparison. The RWBY fandom. I'm not surprised. People like grapes. Dogs hate grapes, apparently. Lightspeed, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just got introduced. I have just introduced RWBY to my sister, and this break allowed me to rewatch the show and have her catch up. Just finished volume 2 today. Nice. I want to do that. Like, when Rooster Teeth announces the last volume for the show, I'm going to do a weekend marathon. So, like, every weekend, I would like to watch each volume of the show leading up to when the finale premieres. That's like my ultimate goal for when the show finally finishes, or when the show eventually, I'm saying finally finishes, like I'm looking forward to it. When the show inevitably finishes is what I should have said. I want to do that, because I haven't watched some of the volumes in a while, and it would just be kind of cool to see how the show started and just watch through everything and see how all the characters evolve and change and all that jazz. Wait, you said 5, not 6? Wait, what? First time to catch a discussion live? Welcome, Cinnamon Rolls. We take those Cinnamon Rolls. That's a funny name. Thank you. I hope you enjoy. Hopefully they're as entertaining as the VODs. Hey, what's up, David? Thanks for joining, bud. Hey, Hydro. Really happy this week because I was able to come out as trans this week, and I couldn't be happy. Well, I think that's even better because, like, I think Rooster Teeth did a really good job with how they portrayed May this episode. Because a lot of people didn't know that she was the first, like, on-screen transgender character. Because it was only confirmed, I think after Volume 7? Like, between Volume 7... Or was it last volume that Caden tweeted that? So that was kind of cool. I was like, oh, finally, you know what I mean? Like, they're making it present in the show instead of just on social media. So that was great. And that's great to hear. I'm happy for you. Let's see. All right, so we're going to give it about 5 more minutes or so. And then, yeah, I think I like how they handled it as well. It was great, too, because, like, a lot of us have been talking about Henry Marigold since we got back to Atlas, right? Because, you know, May was part of the Happy Huntresses who mainly reside in Atlas. So we were like, okay, they're cousins. You know, it's like, well, what's the relationship between the family? We haven't seen Henry Marigold at all. So I was wondering if we would get a moment of, like, the Marigold family. But I guess now we're not. And we know why, so... Yep. So yeah, not only is May Marigold transgender, but the voice actress Kaden Jensen as well. So that's just like representation on top of. No, I think they no. They did confirm that they were cousins, or at least the tweet did. The episode didn't. When she said she doesn't have any family, she just referred to her parents. You know, didn't refer to Henry specifically, but obviously we know Henry's her family because she had, you know, they have the same last name. So cousins have the same last name. Not a lot of my cousins do because I have my dad's last name and I have like my father's side of the family and then my mom's side of the family. But Delgado is like for the siblings that my dad had with like my mom and then my stepmom. So I don't have a lot of cousins with my last name. It's weird. Family trees are weird. Whoa. 18 with the 18. Thank you so much. I outrank you, Winter motherfucking Schnee. As someone in the military, it's so satisfying to see someone use their rank to shut down others for good reason. If I could salute her in real life, I would. Yeah, that was such a power move, you know? Like Hare is like, of all the Aesops, she's the one that like runs around and like talks a big game and is very condescending and cocky and arrogant. But then, like, when in the presence of someone of higher rank, it's kind of like, yeah, like, they can knock you down a peg or two. So, thank you very much for the super chat, 18. I appreciate that. Thank you. Glad to have you in the chat too, bud. Oh my God, stop it! Felix Rose with the super chat says, RWBY found a penny on the ground this chapter. You think you're funny? Round of applause, everybody. I was waiting for it. Oh boy. Yeah. Find a penny, pick it up, then all day long you'll have good luck. Way ahead of you. Ah, man. Apparently, it's only good luck if you pick up a penny on its head. I believe the tails isn't. Oh my God. Blaze Star 25, you absolute mad lad, with the $100 donation. You say you don't get Christmas gifts, then oh my God, you didn't have to do that. I'm an adult. Oh, man, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. Your streams and videos really helped me out a lot this year, from Persona 5, RWBY, Red vs. Blue, and everything else in between. Your passion always brings joy to my day. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy the same things that I do to that extent. Oh, my God. Persona 5 was great. Persona 5 Strikers comes out next year, so that's going to be even more exciting. But thank you. Thank you very much for that. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Thank you. Gosh, I don't even know what to say. Oh boy, just thank you. I appreciate you tuning into the streams whenever you can, whether it be YouTube or Twitch, and I appreciate the gesture and the kind words as well. And that goes for all of you as well. You know, RWBY every year is such an exciting treat. You know, it's not just me rambling and talking nonstop about the episode. You know, it's chatting with you guys about it year over year, and we've been doing this for 4 years now. 4 volumes. Volumes 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Actually, 5 volumes. So, and I hope to be able to do this until the show wraps up and then some. But you're live on Twitch? No. This is just a YouTube discussion. I'm saying, like, I also stream games on Twitch. Actually, I do all my gaming streams on Twitch. But yeah, thank you very much. Sengio, thank you for the $10 super chat. Bloody Rose, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very much. So we have a lot of stuff to get through. First thing I want to say is happy holidays to everybody, or happy early holidays. You know, obviously it starts over the next couple of days. But yeah, the holidays are going to be rolling around. We're not going to be doing another discussion until February. That's when the mid-season finale is going to come to a close. But over the holidays and going into the new year, I hope everything is, hopefully you guys all have the best time, closing out 2020, starting 2021 on the best foot, hopefully a better foot than how 2020 started, and everything else in between. But I just want to say again, you guys have made 2020 one of the best years for me as a content creator, both on YouTube and when it comes to streaming. A lot of growth and success has happened this year, and it's largely thanks to you guys. So I just want to say thank you guys very, very much from the bottom of my heart. And hopefully 2021 will be just as good, if not better. But yeah, so we're going to be getting into the RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 7 live stream discussion. I do have the final poll for 2020, so hopefully you guys look forward to that towards the end. But with all that said, y'all know what time it is. I hate to do it to you, but it has to be done. All right. Slow chat enabled. It's been real. It's been fun. But one comment every 45 seconds. Thank you. Oh. All right. God, this episode. What did you guys think about the chapter? How did you guys, I want to say out of 10, 10 being the best. Where do you guys place it? I should have asked you guys this before I put slow chat, honestly. Because a lot of people are like, no, Arnold, how could you? And now they gotta wait 45 seconds to comment again. 7, 8, 8, 9, 8, 7, 7, 5, 8, 5. All right. Pretty high up there. I thought this was a solid chapter. This episode, believe it or not, was not created with the hiatus in mind. So I actually think it was a good point to stop. I felt like it was really good setup. I felt like it set up a lot of different plot lines. The battle currently happening in Atlas. The Oscar Protection Squad rescue mission that's going to be happening. A potential sabotage from within Salem's forces through Hazel, which is really exciting. Cinder going after the Winter Maiden, which is now at the Schnee Manor, and everything else like that. We got to see Klein again. Oh my God, this was a great episode. This is just awesome. And it wasn't too crazy. It was very tame. It wasn't gonna destroy us and be like, all right, now come back in 6 to 7 weeks and we'll destroy the rest of you. So I actually think the second half is going to be far more stressful and worrisome than the first half for that specific reason. When you look at the first 8 chapters, it is very tame. It is very, I don't know. It's just not bad yet. It's getting there, but I really do think chapter 8 and beyond, especially the finale, it's gonna be awful, I think. Fuck. Oh, one more thing that I want to say. Please make sure you are either subscribed to the channel or you are following me on Twitter, because I am doing, all right, I'm just gonna put this out there again. I am doing a live stream watch along of episodes 1 through 7 of Volume 8, 2 weeks before the episode goes live. So, essentially, so let me get the date. Let me figure out the date. Okay, so the episode 8 returns February 6th. So a week before that, actually. I don't know why I said 2 weeks. So on January 30th, I will be doing a live stream on twitch.tv/murderofbirds. Not Twitch, YouTube. YouTube.com/murderofbirds. It's on YouTube. On YouTube, where we are going to be rewatching. It's going to be a live stream and everything with the chat and all that. We're going to be rewatching the first 7 volumes, the first 7 episodes, to get us familiarized, brought back into the fold of the volume and everything that's happened so far. And then boom, the next week rolls around and the episodes reconvene. So yes, January 30th. Mark your calendar. Mark your calendars on your phone, on your computers, so you don't miss out. I'll let people know on Twitter And like on the YouTube community tab, I might actually make a video the week before as well. So yeah, that is a plan that I want to be able to do. I think that'd be really fun and exciting, especially after the 6 to 8 week break that we're gonna be going on. Will you include the World of Remnants? You think you're so funny, don't you? I kind of, not gonna lie, I feel like I was one of the few people who actually enjoyed the World of Remnants, believe it or not. No. We're not going through the volumes. We're going through volume 8. I think I said volume 7. We are just watching volume 8, episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's what we're doing. It's not the entire series. If I'm bad with words right now. I apologize. And it's great because I'm doing a live discussion. But yeah. Yeah, it is just volume 8. I like the World of Remnants. I was that one guy who, like, you know, when the World of Remnants came out, they were like 2 minutes, and then I would make like a 30-minute video reviewing it. But yeah. Let's see. Pigeon Power. Good to see you, Arnold. I'm so excited for this discussion. By the way, I'm not judging you on your Smash Bros performance. Yo, I beat Sephiroth in 14 seconds on very hard mode. All right. I would like for you to judge me because that's some pretty good judgment right there. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Happy holidays, bud. And also, Lads versus Gents 916. That's interesting. Arnold, if you were a faunus in RWBY, what would you be? Mine would be a fox. If I were a faunus in RWBY, I would probably be, and this is pretty vanilla of me, I'd be a bird faunus. I'd be either a crow or a raven. Not to be confused with crow and raven, who are also crows and ravens, respectively. Torch Takai, thank you so much for the additional $20 super chat. Thank you. I feel like that's pretty vanilla of me to say. I would want wings. Like, don't give me a beak or anything or talons. I want wings. A raccoon? That would be pretty dope, honestly. I wish I had at least like 2 features, you know, instead of just 1. Do feathers count? Can I just have a body full of feathers? Or is it just like one random feather like sticking out of my side? What is this conversation? Anyways, let's start the discussion. Let us begin, shall we? All right. Hold the line! That's the first thing I thought of with this. I was like, yo, they are lined up and ready to get knocked down. The one thing that I will say, so first off, this opening scene was so sick. It's like the savannah, you see like the tall grass, and then just the sabers just jetting through everything. Also, I don't know if it's the shade, but the tractor machines kind of have like this purple hue to them. Again, I don't know if it's because of the angle of the shadows, but I was wondering, I was like, is there gravity dust in that? Like, Atlas pops off when it comes to gravity. Like, see, I think it is the shadow, but I was like, dude, imagine those things have gravity dust in them and they just hover over the crops and just perfectly harvest everything. But yeah, this was a really great standoff moment, like the Grimm making their assault, like the entire scene, this entire sequence, like with the cinematography, the way like the camera pans around the whale, and then how it just shows the entire battlefield with like the Grimm coming in and the freaking the bullets flying and all that. It was so sick. The one thing that I will say that's a little odd is that they have troops in front of the wall instead of like on top of the wall. You know, granted, they have to go through these troops before they can get to the wall, but I just feel like it's, you would definitely, you wouldn't have as many body bags, you know, and, like, there's elephants that can just charge right through. Yeah, the formation's is a bit questionable, not gonna lie. You know, these guys are scared out of their minds, but the fact that they're all just laid out is very interesting. Yeah, the formation is questionable. 200 IQ? I don't think so. But yeah, Other than that, I really like the top scene. You just see all the sabers just kind of running through the grass. I thought that was really cool. These Elysian Paladins, like, this is like a 4th iteration of them, right? Because we got the prototypes from like Volume 2. And then I think we saw the full Elysian Paladins during the fall of Beacon, right? The ones that got hacked by Atlas. Like the ones that look like they had like faces on them. So I was like, oh shoot, so those are the fully upgraded ones. And now we got like Mach 2 or version 2, version 3. I'm like, these are even more souped up than the ones that were at Beacon all those years ago. So I don't know. I just think it's crazy that they in the concept art, they kind of look like toy soldiers and like toy toy mechs. So that's kind of what it reminds us. It's just like someone lined up all their toys along the wall and, they're about to have this big epic climactic battle. Watts is about to hack those too? Yeah, I'm waiting for it, dude. It's literally gonna be the fall of Beacon again. It's just worse because he actually has troops, but he also has like those pretty souped out mechs. The toy soldiers from Toy Story. Honestly, that's kind of what it reminded me of, not gonna lie. Valen Chewy, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I made it in time. Volume 8 has been so well so far. Stay hydrated, King. I'm well on my way. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, right now, it just sucks because Salem has a nigh endless supply of Grimm. And it's just unfortunate that most of these soldiers are going to die. And they don't seem to be happy about that. Some of them look like they're about to like wet their pants. But it's so unfair, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I know it's crazy to be like, really, Arnold? It's not fair? Who said it was ever fair to begin with? Salem's immortal. I get that, all right? But I don't think it's fair to have the apathy anywhere in a war. I think that's just, that's literally like, they can't fight against that. They can't fight against the apathy. The only reason Team RWBY stopped the apathy was because of Ruby Silver Eyes. Holy crap, William Pendragon. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. Thank you so much. That is insane, bro. This is Private William Pendragon. Things are dire, ammo is running low, and the Grimm are endless. I don't know how long we can hold out. All I know is that we will hold the line as best we can. We will fight to the last man for the benefit of all. Happy holidays, Semper Fi, brothers. I salute to you, my friend. Hopefully you make it out of this alive. This is insane, bro. Dude, thank you so much. That is ridiculously generous of you. And I'm at a loss for words, dude. Like every week, like, thank you so much. Also, the flavor text of this ongoing roleplay you got going on is great. I love it. Wow. Thank you so much, man. Glad to have you back in the chat as well. If Atlas falls out of the sky, I'm just gonna assume you died. And, your memory will live on. That also... Just imagine, like, he has to, if he does die, like, he just never comments in the chat for the rest of his life. He just lives, like, he's actually, like, live role-playing. It's like, okay, if Atlas, like, is literally biting the dust, Arnold, it's been great being in your live streams, but I actually can't because my character died. But yeah, I just think apathy is not fair, like, at all. Like, these things can literally just walk up to you and you're just like, this is fine. I'll just let it kill me. It's okay. It's great. Nothing's wrong around here. I don't have to do anything. Fight, run. That ain't me. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. Like, it's so not fair. And then on top of that, you got flying Beowulf, flying Barangles. You got the Elephant. You got the Megaliots. You have the I saw the Borbatus spawning in the back over there too. Some Beowulfs here and there, like flying Terraxes and everything. It's already bad enough that you have to fight basically every Grimm created, right? Thank fucking God this thing isn't creating like Knucklevi and giant wyverns. But I actually do think I think the Apathy is like overkill at this point. It's cool that they brought them back. I just thought the Apathy were on the same scale of like a boss level mob of Grimm, you know, like the Deacons of the Deep for any of you Dark Souls fans. And it's just so unfortunate, dude. It's like you guys got Apathy to deal with. Honestly, the Fall of Beacon had it kind of easy, you know. I think most of the onslaught of the Fall of Beacon were like Ironwood's tech turning on them, but like, some of these people are probably seeing some of these Grimm for the first time, you know? The Apathy, like, that's so busted. And then on top of that, I think the Sulfurfish got spawned in this too. They're like very minimal, like you can't really make them out that well. I think someone, I remember someone sending me a screen. Yeah, you can actually see them. You can actually see them when the sabers get formed. Little tiny bastards. Oh my God, Animatrix. Private William Pendragon. They got me. I don't know how long. Okay, dude. Are you guys really doing this? They got me. I don't know how long I can last under the Apathy. I don't care anymore. Oh my God. They're literally going through live RP in the super chats, ladies and gentlemen. These are truly the end of days. Thank you so much, Animatrix. I appreciate that. The fuck is happening? Where do you see the fish, guys? So if you have to go, you would have to go to like the episode itself. Hold on, let me maximize this real quick. So it's hard to make out because I can't slow this actually, you know what? I can pause. You know what? OBS actually made it super cool that I can actually pause these loop animations right there. You see them? Honestly, those kind of look like little scorpions, but those are actually the sulfurfish. They're like in there. They're in there with the sabers. You can kind of make them out. I actually didn't notice that until, obviously it's super hard to make them out right then and there. Hopefully we get to see them like showcased as like, hey, this brand new Grimm. I don't see it. It's okay. You see the, I can't really showcase it any more than this, guys. I'm sorry. Like they are amongst the sabers. Look at the 4 on the top left corner or the top left quadrant of the map of the screenshot. They're super small and they move really small too. Actually, I can. Okay, hold on me. Actually, I'm dumb. Hold on. You know what? I can make this so much easier for y'all. Hold on. Let's see. I'll do one of these. Oh, hold on. Back up a little. Okay. So right, oh, hold on. Let's do one of these too. I'm going to make this like super perfect so everyone can see it. These guys right here. That's the sulfurfish. Yeah, you have to like hyper enhance to actually see these little bastards, but yeah, they are there. They are in swarm form or swarm formation. And if you don't know how the sulfurfish work, they swarm their opponents initially. And if that doesn't work, they can combine and create like a phase 1 Grimm and then a phase 2 Grimm, which has like different forms and shit. So yeah, they actually snuck these little guys in here, which is kind of cool. So cute. I wouldn't be thinking like that if I were you. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody in the world of Remnant, other than like the people watching this show, think these things are cute. But yeah, yeah, those are the sulfurfish. They're well on their way. This shot right here is so cool. The shot right here, just like the camera angle of just seeing the Grimm just popping off, doing his thing, also destroying all the crops in the process. I feel bad for the farmers of Atlas, man. Probably some poor faunus, you know, just trying to make a living, trying to make ends meet, just planted all these crops for the long harvest, and they just got wrecked. Deacons of the Deep were the best boss. Oh boy. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that one. Rosh, old hunter. Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm just joking, by the way. But yeah, this is just super cool. This shot right here, this bottom shot is so dope. We actually just see that shot right there. Just also, you actually see one of the guys. Actually, I'll show it right here. Oh, let me see. You can see someone die. Oh, hold on. Let's it's the second shot. Right about there. Actually, that was frame perfect. Yep, that guy's dead, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We actually saw someone die. Frame perfect. Holy crap, Dezmo 55. Incoherent Grimm noises. We're coming for that metal. Oh my god. Oh dear. We're coming for that metal booty, Pendragon. Wait, we got some Grimm roleplay in here too now? Jesus, man. Oh, God. Confused Skeleton. Ironwood will defeat the Apathy with his metal. I don't think that's how it works. Be interesting. I don't think Ironwood... I think Ironwood's got bigger problems, to be honest. Like Penny being fully controlled and absolutely bodying him. But yeah. Again, like I said, the overall clash of all of this, I just love the Battlefield style of it all. And it's popping off. The battle for Atlas has started. Oh my god. War never changes, am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Rip the front lines. See, that's the problem. Why would you have all of these tiny little soldiers, right, when that one Megalife can just run through all of these, just like kill 100 people easy. Just run right through one of these lanes, and you know, they should have stayed on the wall, you know. It's not gonna stop everything, but you know, you won't be getting bodied right out the gate. Yeah, they have the high walls. Ironwood is making bad calls. I feel like it's whoever's... I don't know. It's a number of things. They got blindsided, you know. Salem just started... Salem's been here the whole time. They should have been waiting. But, you know, they just didn't know when she was going to make her move. Rip William, killed by a Megaliath. Oh, no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. Okay, he's in one of these mechs. Or he's in, like, one of the airships. That was nameless Elysian soldier number 258. Damn, y'all are trying to get him out of here, no? It's like, all right, William, we expect to not see you typing in chat anymore. You clearly died on screen. But yeah, I saw this this compilation on Twitter earlier today, where someone just took every moment that Ironwood has ever, like, sighed, like, in the show. He does it a lot, and it's kind of scary. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how much this man is just, like, he can just never catch a break. It's pretty insane. It's kind of scary, and I feel like that's just the life of General James Ironwood in a nutshell. It's just there's always something that he's dealing with. There's always some bullshit that's getting in the way. You know, he always has this stress, and, you know, you always give a sigh, and there's no sigh of relief from him. It's always a sigh of, like, okay, more bullshit to deal with. Yeah, it's really, really bad. And, I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I don't see Ironwood coming out of this alive. I genuinely don't. But yeah, he's such a great character, man. He's so consistent. I feel like what he's doing now just makes sense for his character inspiration and, like, the fear and paranoia that's always been with him since Volume 2. Granted, back then it was a lot more, like, contained and it wasn't as bad now. It's just, God, I just want to know how he got, like, I just want to see the rest of his character development this volume. I also want to know how he became half metal. Like, that'd be kind of cool if we get, like, some Ironwood backstory or something like that. That'd be pretty sick. But yeah, he also mentions, like, everyone's gonna clear out into the subway, which makes me wonder if that giant bomb plan he has going is somehow gonna, like, level Atlas, right? It's like, okay, get everyone into the subway. We got a bomb, you know, this like nuclear dust bomb, and it's just gonna level the city, and, like, anyone who's not underground is gonna go with it. Also, I don't think the subway's a completely good idea, because it's kind of like the people are trapped in there, so if there's, like, cave-ins or Grimm underground, they got nowhere to go. Also, if they're underground and Atlas falls out of the sky, the first thing that's hitting that ground is likely going to be the subway system. So, and it's going to, oh my God, it's just going to be a bloodbath, dude. It's literally just going to be, like, everyone's going to get, like, the people in the crater are going to get, like, a puzzle piece, like, right in there. Like, Atlas is going to fall right into place, and the people in the subway are going to, like, land right on them. And that's GG right there. That's literally, like, Mountain Glen was the world's biggest tomb. It's like, move out of the way, Mountain Glen. There's a new there's a new cemetery in town. There's a new giant tomb in town, and its name is Atlas. But yeah, it's just sad to see, man. Do you think... Oh, okay. Deep Six Pictures. I'll leave you to ponder that question. Alright? They don't call him Iron Daddy for nothing. Let's just leave it at that. Moving on. William a Berengal shall be my death. I accept nothing less. It's gonna be a flying one, so that's just a great way to go. He just grabs you by the feet, flies up, and just, like, drops you. That's kind of fucked up way to go out, honestly. You're better than that. Come on, dude. You could think bigger. Bigger is better, after all. I actually think you should be eaten by the whale. I think that's the new meta of dying in this show. Either that or being killed by Salem personally. I think those are, like, the two, like, top tier ways to go out. Pull a Noble 6. Oh my God. Yeah, just, like, 1v1000 by yourself. But yeah, this was a really nice shot. I don't know why. I just liked seeing, you know, because this is like first off, it's very clean. It's also, like, one of the first looks that we get of Atlas in present day, which we haven't really seen all that much other than the Schnee Manor or the Academy. So just to see, like, hey, this is, like, a part of the city. You know, you got people walking down on the streets. You have, like, these, like, picnic areas on top of buildings and stuff. Like, they got it made. These people are absolutely, like, privileged to the ends of the earth. And you know what really, really, really pissed me off? Not pissed me off, but you know what this reminded me of? This actually reminded me of that one stuck-up lady in Volume 4 that was at the Schnee Manor dinner party. And she was, like, talking down about, like, they were doing the fundraiser for Vale, right? And she was like, "Oh, if they think they can get by without proper kingdom defense, then I say good riddance." So it's like, she's like, yeah, fuck those people. Their proper kingdom defense can't save them. They ain't about that life. They're not like us up here in rich, you know, spoiled Atlas. And then I'm just thinking to myself, where's that top tier kingdom defense now? Your fucking your bubble, like the bubble that you've been living in, just got popped by, like, 2 sentinels. Like, absolute joke of security. And in my head, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I wonder where that lady is now. Like, it's kind of, like, I do hope we see her And it would be so cool if we, like, if she's, like, you know, trying to save herself and all that stuff, and then, like, she bumps into what, like, I just hope, like, we see her again and it's Weiss who, like, saves her. Or something like that. I don't know, she kind of looked, like high society, like, wearing jewelry, she had, like, a dress on and all that stuff. Obviously, it was a dinner party, but I assume you have to be someone important or someone of status to go to a schnee dinner party, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just thought of that and I was like, damn. I wonder how that lady's doing right about now. Another thing, I'll be completely honest, this is probably the only scene in the episode that really, like, got under my skin. Right, because you got the national announcement by the general of the military, the headmaster of the academy, citizens, please evacuate to the subway system right the fuck now. You got people running, screaming, you got crying babies, you know, and like chaos and pandemonium is ensuing. And what does this girl think to do? Dad, look up there. There's some Grimm coming to kill us. Let's just stop and point at them. Like, excuse me? I was actually like, what the fuck do you think? Like, I was actually questioning, why is this girl doing this? What is the matter with this girl? Why does she think that's appropriate to do right now? Maybe they never saw them. I mean, if that's the case, wouldn't you think this is the more natural response? I guarantee most of these people have probably, if that's the case, also have never seen a Grimm. Why so much emphasis on this one dude? I believe that this was, I don't know who it was specifically, but this was actually like, this is like a father-daughter, like, in the show, but I believe it's also a father-daughter who voice acted this scene. If I remember correct. I think I saw a tweet about that. So maybe it was just like their cameo moment in the show. But at the same time, it's kind of like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, those are flying lancers that explode on impact, by the way. Remember Volume 5? They were just like kamikazing into the freaking ships. I don't know if the ships are what exploded, but like, they're not afraid to take themselves out. If it means killing some good old civilians, they're probably stoned. Oh, man. Some people are just stupid. Oh, boy. They're desensitized. I don't know. It was just a very odd thing to do. She's just a little girl, Arnold. Is she? Like, how old is that girl? She kind of looks... She doesn't look like a kid, to me, at least. I don't know. That just, like, I was literally just thinking to myself, like, this whole scene, I was just like, what are you doing? Run! Don't just stand there! That ain't no little girl. She's, like, 12 years old. Yeah, but I mean, you know, you live your whole life. I think they actually said it this volume or last volume. They were like, some people live their whole life and never see a Grimm. You know? Especially if you're living up in Atlas. So, I get it. It's just like, for me, it's like, even if you learn that shit in school, like, the Grimm are, like, they're like the greatest threat to anyone's life. So you should not be just sitting there chilling, looking up and pointing. Like, you should be going where everybody else is going. But I understand it if it comes down to, like, obviously she's an Atlas. She's a little girl. She's probably never seen a Grimm. You know, curiosity killed the cat. Remember that? That's a saying for a reason. I know there's more to it, but I'm going to leave it at that because, you know, clearly her desire to point, you know, to stop and stares, you know, is going to get her killed. This scene was pretty unfortunate initially. Like, it's like, damn, they just got arrested. Winter's being put into, like, a pretty difficult situation where they have to be like, all right, I guess Oscar is just gonna get the shit end of the stick for the entire volume. He gets punched. He gets thrown around by a dog. He gets tortured by Salem. He gets beaten the hell out of by Hazel. And now, to cap it all off, they're gonna vaporize his ass with a giant nuclear bomb, you know? It'd be like that sometimes, you know, for Oscar Pine. I was just thinking, I was like, Jesus Christ, man, give this kid a break. Like, Oscar Protection Squad, y'all got nothing now. So yeah, I love the top right shot. Like, this shot is so freaking dope. Like, just that shot of the whale Grimm is super cool. But yeah, we find out that Ironwood and company, nothing's working on them. You know, they're basically shooting rubber bullets at this giant Grimm. Nothing's working on it. Everything's bouncing off. So what do they think? We have technology. We know, humanity knows but one thing: how to destroy. So let's create a giant nuclear, I guarantee it's like a nuclear level bomb. You know, you're in the most technologically, like, advanced kingdom in the world. They gotta have some crazy weapons of mass destruction. And, yeah, they're gonna, I feel like it's gonna, like, level the city, which is why Ironwood's telling people to head underground. And with it, you know, there's just gonna be flying whale giblets all over the place. Tactical nuke incoming. But yeah. So yeah, and obviously team, you know, Yang and company, they don't want that to happen because they're like, yo, Oscar's in there. What the hell? Y'all are just willing to kill? They're just like, one life for 3 doesn't make any sense. It's like, bruh. First off, that's Ozpin. Second of all, they don't know that he's back though, but first off, that's Ozpin. Second of all, that's a kid. Third of all, no one's questioning why she took Oscar over anybody else. So it's just unfortunate to be Oscar Pine right now. And they also mentioned, like, the Grimm don't take prisoners, so it's, I wonder what their reaction would be to seeing the Hound. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think the Aesops are gonna see them first. I think Team RWBY and company is gonna see the Hound first, because the Hound is going where the Maiden is, and so is Cinder, and the Maiden just crash landed at the Schnee Manor, so there's gonna be a Maiden and the Hound moving in on them, you know, most likely within the next couple of episodes when we come back from the mid-season break. But yeah, it's crazy out there, dude. And then Winter is put in a really difficult position, and it's tough too, because clearly she knows about, like, RWBY and Weiss and, you know, all of, you know, everyone of, like, Weiss's friends and stuff. So it's kind of hard because she already gave them kind of a quote-unquote, like, a free pass last volume when she let them take the Winter Maiden and, you know, and get out of there. So, you know, she kind of did what she felt in her heart she would have done, you know, because she's conflicted about all of this, and she has to make the difficult choices, but she also can't just break the law and be like, all right, fugitives of the law, I'm just gonna let you do whatever because y'all are friends with my sister, you know? So I do like that at the very least she was trying to reach a compromise. She's like, all right, I'll let you do something, but we still have to go through with our thing, because I can't just, like, you know, I just can't let y'all do whatever in my position of power, because, you know, that would be, like, considered, like, treason or whatever. So it's rough all around. Everybody is kind of in a difficult situation because, like, Team Yang and company now have to, like, risk their lives to try to get Oscar. They don't know what the fuck they're gonna find. Thank fucking God Tyrion left. You know what I mean? Thank God Tyrion left, and Mercury. Thank God Oz is trying to get through to Hazel right now. So the only massive threat in there is Salem. If Emerald, like, relaxes, and if Neo isn't there. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that this can play out for the better or for the worst, especially if Salem finds out or comes across anybody like that. Also, really quick, actually, you know what? Remind me when we get to Hazel moment. I have a question regarding Jin, in case I forget. So when we get to the Hazel, when we get to the second Hazel moment. So when Oscar tells him Jin's name, just remind me, because I feel like I'm gonna ramble so much that I'm just gonna forget what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Imagine the whale sprouts a Grimm pool and 3 leviathans form the and land on top of Atlas. Oh god. No, I don't think the leviathan's like tiny compared to the whale. But like a leviathan's probably like the size of one of these buildings, one of these like skyscrapers or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's bad enough already. They basically have like infantry level Grimm. And like tanks, you know, they have like the elephants that are like the bulldozers that are just gonna mow anyone down that gets in their way. They have like the infantry, like the Beowulfs and the Sabers, like the ground troops. They got the Apathy that are gonna kill off whatever survives the initial like wave. They have the Sulfurfish that can just like scurry around and do the same thing, like the cleanup crew. But yeah, it's difficult all around as of right now. Let's see. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Ironwood got a 25 kill streak for that nuke. I mean, he tried to kill Oscar. He killed Councilman Sleet, you know? He's one shot shy of, he's 2 kills shy of a UAV at this point. Maybe Ironwood might have gotten injury from the Beowulf Grimm. Or worst case scenario, Salem Hound, just guessing. I feel like it's more of like a war thing, maybe. No doubt, likely with the Grimm in the past, but who knows? That'd be kind of cool if the Hound has been around for that long. But she also said it's like an experiment and that she's pleased with the results, so it almost seems like that Grimm is current. You know? So yeah. Let's see. Oh my god. Yo, real quick. Any Hunter x Hunter fans in here? Any Hunter x Hunter fans in chat? Y'all know what I'm about to say, but I just want to know before I say what I'm about to say. Because this part right here. Yo, dude. That York New City arc. Oh my god. For those who don't know, Hunter x Hunter 2011 is my favorite anime of all time. It is 148 episodes. It is one of the best shonen, period. I don't care what anyone says. The only reason it's not on everyone's radar is because the art, like because of the creator goes on like 10-year hiatuses and like puts out a chapter and then disappears for 5 years and then puts out another chapter and then disappears for another 5 years. Yo, I swear to God, if Hunter x Hunter was consistent as like One Piece or as Naruto was, or it would be like the best anime. It would be the best shonen, like, period. Like, no cap. I'm not taking any criticism today, by the way. I don't want to hear it. But if you haven't seen it, please watch Hunter x Hunter. And then when you finish it, tweet at me at murderofbirds_ and thank me, because so many people have done that because of my recommendation and they absolutely loved it. The reason I bring that up is because there is an iconic scene. I'm going to show it to you because there's no context. You guys aren't going to understand any of it. But there's one scene in this episode that immediately made me think of Hunter, and it was the conductor moment that Salem was doing with the Grimm. And it was this moment right here. And all I'm going to say is York New City. I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say the significance or any of that shit. But this was the clear parallel. This man, the GOAT. Oh, dude, this literally reminded me of the exact same, like, it's literally the same vibe. Would not be surprised if they got the idea from the York New City arc. Yeah, it's called York New City. It's a reference of, obviously, New York City. But, yeah. Absolute iconic fucking moment. Dude. Oh, man. I really hope that, I really hope that this was a reference to Hunter x Hunter. I'm gonna ask. I don't know if Eddie would be able to confirm. Maybe Carrie, if he knew. But I know they watch anime, so someone's gotta let a brother know. Oh my god, bro, this is not a spoiler at all. People are gonna find out. Crollo gang, where you at? Y'all can't figure out anything from that scene. But it's so good, man. It's so good. Anyways, that's what I thought of. I thought of the good old Hunter x Hunter. Shout out to you Hunter x Hunter fans. Y'all are some cultured individuals. I appreciate y'all. And if you haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, do yourself a favor. And if not, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, let's move on. Was anybody else as surprised as I was that Emerald's semblance works on the Grimm? Like dead ass. I was actually very surprised because the Grimm's perception is so fucking weird because we know that the Grimm can see like people can, right? Like maybe not the Hound because it doesn't have eyes, but like the Seer Grimm, we've seen the Seer Grimm's point of view in Volume 4 when we first saw it. Like, we actually saw it look at Emerald and Mercury as it walked in. So it's like, clearly it can see. It can perceive with its eyes. So in my head, I was like, well, how does that work? Because Ren's semblance masks his emotions, which makes them invisible to the Grimm. But then this Grimm had its perception messed with where it didn't see Emerald when she was actually there. It can see her. Yeah, you're not the first one to make that joke. I heard that joke about like 5 different times on Saturday in my Discord. So I was like, I'm immune to it. I knew someone was gonna say that. It's like that Grimm can see her. That's why. Grimm just can't see black and white. Oh boy. But yeah, that was like really crazy. I was like, wait, it can actually work on them? That was super cool still, like, and the visual effect of her semblance was pretty neat. But yeah, I just found that to be very surprising. It's not to, like, there's nothing to say that semblances can't work on the Grimm. I was just surprised that her semblance worked on it, because at the very least, Ren's semblance made a little bit more, because they can sense emotions. But that lack of emotion creates a lack of presence, even though... You know what I mean? Like, their eyes don't work for them anymore. So that just like really tripped me out for a bit. I was like, wow, I did not realize that her semblance can work on the Grimm. She also said she was working on her semblance, and you would have to think, how is she working on her semblance? So maybe the Grimm themselves were her test subjects? You know, unless she's, you know, practicing with like Mercury or whoever, you know? Or Hazel. But that would be interesting if her semblance evolved to the point where it affects anyone. I don't see... Can you guys imagine Emerald trying to use her semblance on Salem? I don't think it would work just because it's Salem. You know, I feel like she's a grave exception to a lot of the rules of this world. But like, if we do end up getting like some sabotage, you know what I mean? Like, Hazel knows about, you know, has the information about Salem. Emerald was eavesdropping, so she knows about the information about Salem. So if they do decide to, like, go behind her back to do X, Y, or Z, and she tries to do that, I just don't think it would pan out as well, you know? It would kind of, like, work for, like, a split second, maybe, but I feel like her being a magic user would supersede that. Yeah, Emerald would also get immediately bodied. I don't think she would do something. I think Emerald's way too scared to, like, do something of that, you know, to that degree. Time to simp for Emerald now. Salem is still #1, though. Yeah, you're not wrong. She's looking nice. I like her outfit, actually. It's just great to have Emerald back. It's so weird. And, you know, oh, we'll get to fucking Mercury, dude. I was so angry when we got to Mercury. I just feel so cucked. I'm like, really? We don't see this man for volumes, and you bring him back for like 2 episodes, and you're like, all right, see you in like 3 volumes. Like, really? Mm-mm. I don't know if it's maybe Yuri Lowenthal, you know, because the new Spider-Man game is being worked on, so maybe that's why, you know, he's booked for however long. I don't know. But yeah, it's a thing. We just have to accept it. At the very least, we know he'll still be around. Pigeon Power, thanks for the super chat. Calling it now, Emerald is going to be the one to ask the lamp. Cue Aladdin soundtrack. I have heard a bit of theories regarding that. We'll definitely break that down as we get a little further in. But yeah, again, shout out to the conductor moment. Shout out to my boy Crollo. Shout out to Emerald using her semblance on Grimm, which I actually didn't know she could do that, but that's super fucking cool. I wonder how many minds she can control. Now, that's the next, not control, but how many minds she can influence with her hallucination. That's the next big thing I'm expecting or hoping for. Is we know one mind she could handle, 2 was a stretch, but she was capable of 2 minds back in Volume 3. So now, if she can manipulate, like how many people are going? So, Jean, Yang, and Ren. It's super weird to say their names when it's not like Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang, Jean, Nora, Pyrrha, Ren. Like, saying their name mixed match doesn't roll off the tongue as easily because we've never had those characters together. So I actually have to think about who's on the team and then say their names. So Yang, Jean, and Ren are going in here. You know, they're going to try to find Oscar. So I wonder if she could just manipulate all 3 of their minds and just toy with them for a bit, you know? She's listening to Hazed and Confused. Try Team Dry. Like J-R-Y. Like J, like J. Not dry, but Jirai. It's weird though, because we say dry like almost like a J pronunciation. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Oscar Protection Squad. It's finna be fired pretty soon. Oh, Team Jury. Or Team Jerry. Or Team... Oh, God. Team GIF or GIF. Alright, we're not doing that. Fuck, we're not doing that. God, that's what the poll should be, actually. You know what? That's gonna be the poll for when we come back. How is it pronounced? GIF or GIF? That's gonna be... That poll might break the internet, to be honest. But, yeah, I don't want to go into the holidays, like, pissing off a lot of people, so we'll keep it civil for now. Let's see. She could make a hallucination of Pyrrha. Well, I actually thought that's what Neo was gonna do, actually. I thought Neo would have made a hallucination of Pyrrha when she initially took the relic from Oscar, and that's why he was like, oh, this girl, you know... This girl attacked me, but she was somebody else. Because Oscar doesn't know who Pyrrha was. But it would have been a great way to, like, toy with the emotions of Team Juniper. Because, obviously, that was her former member. And Nia would know who it was because she was at the Vital Festival tournament. And Pyrrha's, like, a world-renowned fighter. So, yeah, I thought that would have been a really, really great turn of events. But, obviously, her turning into Nora affected Ren overall. So I think that was... You know, I felt like that was just as viable. Let's see. As someone who is watching RWBY out of sort of an obligation to finish it, I have definitely not enjoyed it as much as others. It seems you've been able to see and amplify the good things about the show. What do you think about the quality of the show in Volume 8? Kraus, okay, hold on. Let me come on screen here. It's kind of awkward for me to just talk with a bunch of stuff going. I don't know, like, I don't watch the show with the intent of, like, looking at things to be upset about, or, like, my mind just doesn't work that way. I've never watched something... Let me think about that, actually. I don't really think I've ever watched anything that I genuinely didn't like. Like, I don't know why, I just think I'm a good, like, I feel like I have this, like, usually when I watch something, I get immersed in it, and I immerse myself to the degree of like, this is what the show is presenting me, and I'm watching it play out. I'm not watching the show and like turning my brain off. You know, I don't know. I don't really know how to word it. It's I'm not watching it for a sense of obligation either. I'm just watching a work. Yeah, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I heard that like took a nosedive after a certain while. Yeah, like I understand like the mindset of like being critical of something, but like I don't go into a show looking for something to complain about. I don't look at I don't watch the show and try to find something to judge it on coming out of it. I look at it, I apply it to like the story at the very least, like what's happened so far. I obviously have questions, but I don't have anything that's like, well, why didn't this happen? I think that should have happened and it would have been better. It, you know, what I see is what I get. That's kind of my viewpoint for a lot of things. And I don't know. Some people see that as problematic. Some people see that as simple. Some people see that as, you know, what everyone should do. So it's kind of, it's different for, we're just different people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, sorry if I couldn't be more in depth about it. That, you know, that's I'm more of a rambler than anything else, but yeah, I just enjoy the show through and through. And I'll talk about the things I enjoy about it and how it applies overall and, you know, episode to episode and all that other stuff. I'm not too hell-bent on, like, breaking down or hyper-analyzing too many things. Like, I don't do theories. I don't do scripts or anything like that. So that's just not a part of my, like, my brain's function. Like, I just lack that part of my brain. But yeah, I just enjoy the show. I've loved it from the moment I laid eyes on it. And I've been watching it ever since, and I have no intention of stopping. Nothing in the show has ever made me feel like I can't watch this anymore. And, you know, that's fine. But anyways, thank you for your question. Sorry if I couldn't be more specific. But I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying everything about it. Megu Phil, thank you for the $37.74. Very specific number you put there. I don't know if there's anything to that, but thank you. I appreciate it. Hey Arnold, first time donating and first live first time in years. I love how RWBY has written Hazel and he's been completely redeemed as a villain for me after those last 2 episodes. Just imagining young Hazel beating Salem into a puddle is quite disturbing. Yeah, I mean, she let people kill her back in the day, too, so it's not like, that's not outside of her, like, that's how she got the people back in the, like, the original humans to side with her. She was like, I stole power from the gods, I'm a god now, I'll prove it to you, you can hack me down however you want. She used that influence in a different way for Hazel, so I think it's interesting as well, but she's lying and hiding things and manipulating people just as much as Ozpin is, but Ozpin is clearly doing it with hope in mind, where she's doing it more so for, you know, her own end goal of whatever she's trying to do. I don't even know if Ozpin knows that that is in fact what Salem is trying to do, like kill herself, because everyone has been saying that. Like, not everyone, but people have been saying that for a while, that like maybe that's her end goal. She wants to bring, you know, she wants everything to end completely because that's the only way that she'll ultimately be free. And it's very morbid because it's kind of like, well, that's the end of that's the end of existence, period. But that's better than living the life she's lived for eons. So, so yeah, I think there's a lot more to Hazel. He's always been a fascinating character for me, at least, or at least for the antagonist, especially with how he has like a code of honor. Where his only gripe, his only grudge is always with Ozpin, and he doesn't kind of flex that power on anyone else other than him. So, hopefully, I feel like, yeah, there's definitely a lot more room for development for Hazel as time goes on. Arnold, don't forget Jin. It's not this point, it's when we switch back to it after Ozpin tells him about Jin and or about Salem's past, and then when Oscar gives him the name, I'll get to that. I'll get to that again. Anyways, let's break this scene down properly, just because I did segue a bit there. Thank you guys again for the support. I appreciate it. For all the people that are tuning in, we have over 900 people in chat. Thank you guys very, very much for the support. I hope you guys are enjoying the commentary and the discussions and the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as well for the donations and the super chats throughout. Okay, so first off, Oscar Protection Squad. This is not your moment. I'm telling you, this is not your day. It's pretty rough. Oscar is now bleeding. Like Hazel is now drawn blood. Things are looking bleak. All right, I don't know if Remnant gives out stimulus checks, but y'all need to like drop this profession, lay low for a bit, you know, let the dust settle, and reassess your life choices, because this ain't it. But all jokes aside, I like how the last episode kind of set up, and I think it hit the net. We hit the nail on the head last week, where Oscar and Ozpin basically came to the conclusion that, like, hey, we can probably get someone on our side, or kind of turn the tides, or do some sabotaging, if you will, if given the amount of time. And the last time Ozpin started talking, Salem came through and interrupted before he was really starting to talk about the relics and what that meant for all of them, because they're blindly following Salem and, you know, basically not asking questions and not really understanding the truth about what's going to happen to them if they continue to help her. But he got through, and we actually learned a little bit more of Hazel's backstory regarding how Salem found him. Now, I really wish that we got... I don't know. I don't know why I want it so badly. I mean, I know why I want it, because seeing is believing, you know, show don't tell. I just really think it would be fascinating to see and see like the ways in which these people were drawn to someone like Salem. Tyrion, you know, I just prefer that I could see it versus just hearing about it and just having to speculate how exactly those interactions went down. Someone like Watts, someone like Cinder, someone like Tyrion, Hazel, you know, a Lionheart, so on and so forth. It just feels like a different time, and you would think most people would be against someone like her, but it's kind of batshit crazy to think that, you know, this is like a way smaller operation than something she tried pulling thousands of years ago. But yeah, I just think that it would be cool to see, in the same way that we got the flashback of Ozma's history, you know, and everything that he was hiding. Also, he hit Oscar super fucking hard. Like, hit him so hard that his ears started ringing, and like he lost sense of sound for a little bit. So that's just like fucked, man. It's so awful. And he's got like these not brass knuckles, but his hands have like the metal on like the knuckle part. So he's just getting the full brunt of it, which is awful. And he also did the, you know, it's kind of funny how he gives Salem and Ozpin the same treatment. You know, what did he say in Volume 5? He was like, you'll pay for what you did. You'll die over and over again. And then in this episode, he's like, Salem can't be stopped. When she found me, I killed her over and over again. But she kept coming back. The most that she was gone was a few hours. So depending on how he went about killing her, you know, it just took her a while for her to rematerialize. I actually kind of want to do like a follow-up video. Like I remember doing like a couple of shit posts about Hazel, like, you'll die over and over and over and over again, but with Salem this time. I think that'd be really funny. But yeah, we kind of understand why he feels like Salem is this force of nature. He did mention it in the last episode where he was like, I've seen it firsthand. And you just wear them down. You just whittle them away. You make them, seeing is believing, right? Who's going to tell Salem, no, you're lying, if she lets you kill them over and over and over again? to the point where it's just like, oh, I can give you the things you want because I'm this divine, you know, force of nature. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like otherworldly. You almost kind of have to believe them based on the fact of, like, them as a being. So the hearts of men are easily swayed. Salem does it again. And I just still don't know how Gretchen died. I swear to God, if it was from a Grimm, I'll be so pissed. Because it's kind of like, what does it mean to die on a training mission? How do huntresses typically die on training missions? Unless it was some fucking landing strategy gone wrong, then yeah, it's Ozpin's fault. He's kind of fucked up and twisted with how he does his, you know, his initiations. But they also train in the Emerald Forest, which has Grimm. You know, like, if the Grimm got her, Salem's kind of to blame too. It's kind of weird how that works. But clearly Hazel's being driven more by rage than logic. You know, he's not stopping to ask the big questions. You know, that's why Oscar and Ozpin have to be like, why do you think she chose you specifically? You know, because she made you believe this is what you wanted. You know, it's like, if I can, you know, twist and manipulate him into this way, I'll make it so the enemy of my enemy. You know, she probably didn't explain anything about, oh, Ozma's my lover. You know what I mean? Like, she kept all of that shit a secret, just told him what he wanted to hear, and basically, like, got him on her side, you know? Lynn, or Len the Simper. Interesting name. Hello, Arnold. First donation I ever made. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also just became a member, though I'm confused how to get in the Discord. Does it appear in the perks menu? If so, okay. So if you become a channel member via YouTube, you will have access to my private Discord server. How you need to do this is you need to go into Discord, and I believe it's the user gear icon. You click that, you go to connections, and you have to connect your YouTube account to your Discord account. And when you make that connection, then my Discord server should appear for you. And you should have access. We have a Discord server in there. Everyone's talking about the latest chapter currently, and a bunch of other things like games and things of that nature. So thank you very much for for choosing me to be your first ever donation. I appreciate that. And for also being a channel member. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the server. And if you have any other questions, we have mods in the server as well. There's rules and all that stuff, so you can kind of get acquainted and whatnot. How does one become a channel member? So it's the little join button on my channel page. It's $5 a month, and you get access to my Discord server for as long as you're a channel member. You'll also get like a little ruby emblem next to your name. So you'll see Len the Simper has like a ruby rose. Momo has a Weiss emblem. So I have like those like emotes. I also have emotes and stuff like that. So like ruby based emotes for people who become channel members as well. So yeah. But anyways, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you have any more questions, feel free to like DM me or message me after the discussion, and I'll be sure to help you. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, so long story short, Hazel, the Salem spreading misinformation, basically, to put it lightly. Nurse Weiss, never thought I'd see that. I actually kind of liked that. I was like, wow, is there anything this girl can't do? She can nurse her friends back to health. She can summon. She can sing. She can dance. Like, actual best girl, and it shines through and through. The tea party in Chibi spoils! I swear to God, dude. Chibi spoils everything. Like, y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if they spoiled the final episode. God, man. RWBY Chibi spoilers without context. It's great. Oh, man. Okay, so here's the real question. All right? We know that Blake likes tea. We know that Weiss likes coffee. We know that RWBY likes coffee. But the way they all came in here at the same time, seemingly all with the same with the same cups. Do you think this is actually hot chocolate? It'd be weird that they had hot chocolate in teacups. Then again, they're having coffee in teacups if this is actually coffee. If this is actually hot chocolate or coffee and not tea. But we know that Blake likes tea. Blake does not drink coffee. And we know that Weiss likes hot coffee, Miss Schnee. I always find he keeps his study dreadfully cold. And then RWBY's like, cream and 5 sugars. So unless they literally just made everyone their own style of coffee, which would actually be pretty pog. They're too fancy for mugs. Well, the thing is, I don't think it's like, does the Schnee Manor, do they even have mugs? I think they're too sophisticated for mugs, honestly. That's some peasant shit. It's like we're about that high society pinky out lifestyle. I'm sorry, fine china only. Blasphemous amounts of cream and sugar, yeah. Yeah, in Volume 4, she was like, I made the coffee just how you like it. Blasphemous amounts of cream and sugar. She's like, hell yeah. Mugs are for the weak. Oh, boy. All they know is fine dining and breathing. When is it mentioned that Blake... So here's the thing. It's not explicitly mentioned, but in Volume 3, after Team RWBY was disqualified, they mentioned, Blake's like, oh, after all this fighting, I've had enough fighting to last the rest of the school year. And then her and Weiss, like, run off, and she's like, I agree. You want to get coffee? And then Blake is like, I'd rather get tea. She's like, coffee, tea. And we know RWBY likes coffee. So I've always made that distinction of, like, Blake likes tea, the others like coffee. So. Let's see. Oh, Ember Celica. You know me too well. You know me oh so well. It's kind of scary. I mean, I'm an open book. I'm an open book. And what I mean by that is, I was going to talk about it. You knew I had to talk about the fire animation. And I actually called that out in my reaction too. I was like, oh my God. Best volume, already good. It's solidified. They did the thing. Oh man, that looks so good. I just like how fire look. Like, honestly, I want to just make a compilation of every moment that they've showed fire animation and just see how it evolves. Because it kind of like started out as like 2D fire. And then it just like took a life of its own and started shaping and forming, and it looks so good. Remember the one fire scene that they had in last volume actually? Yeah, when Mantle's heat went out and they had like that I swear you're an arson. Okay, I gotta tell you guys a little story, all right? Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a little story about my experience with fire. Okay? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Actually, it is kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. It's not that big of a story either. I thought fire was the coolest shit when I was little. To a fault. I thought fire was so cool, in fact, that when I was a wee little lad, I grabbed a pair of brand new socks that my mom had bought me, and I lit them on fire, and I didn't know what to do with them. So I put them in a drawer. A wooden drawer. And I'm trying not to laugh because it's clearly not fucking funny. Like, this was literally like 20 years ago. I don't want to hear it. All right. And luckily, I put them out before it got like worse. I put them in there. I ran into the bathroom. I filled a cup with water. I came back. I splashed the cup of water into the drawer, and the socks drained out because I started getting really nervous. But I did not but I forgot to take the socks out of the socks out of the drawer. My mom found it, and I got a spanking. To put it lightly. I am not like, how old was I back then? I was probably like, I don't know, like 8, 9 maybe? Don't think of me any differently, guys. I swear to God, I'm a changed man, okay? Y'all are probably like, what the fuck? I could literally make a story time YouTube channel and just like, I could make millions of views. Long story short, I am not a pyromaniac. Animating fire is a lot different. It's less dangerous. I can look at it, you know, and admire the craft. No, actually, I would not be a firebender. I would actually be an earthbender. Thank you very much. And my mom can verify that story. I don't think she would want to. And yeah, so y'all are judging me, rightfully so. I'm sorry if I you know, let's just get back to let's just get back to the episode. So anyways, the fire looks great, doesn't it? It probably looks a lot different now that you have that story and all of the context, and you know, you'll just never be able to look at fire the same way again when you watch my streams and my videos. Yo, I'll be completely honest with you guys. Yo, no bullshit. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I was a troublemaker as a child. Have you ever seen the movie Problem Child? What, is that what it's called? Is it Problem Child? Yeah. Like, I was that kid. Like, I would hate to have a kid be the same way I was when I grew up. Like, if I had a mini Arnold that grew up the same way I did, I don't know how my mom did it. Like, like, looking at my child self objectively, I was fucking rotten. I was like the worst kid ever. And yeah, I was just always in trouble. Out of the 3 siblings I grew up with, like me, my brother, and my sister, they will all tell you I got in trouble the worst. I got punished the worst. I was like a nightmare. And I can completely say that that's true. I remember everything I did. I had a reason or a rationale for everything that I did. Not a justification as much of like a curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. We talked about that earlier. Or whatever. But yeah, I just wasn't the best kid growing up. But I turned out okay, I guess. I feel like I'm the perfect blueprint for like what I don't want my kids to. Like, I'm like that model parents. Like, I've been there, I've done that, I know how to prevent it, and so on and so forth. Yes, I'm also the middle child. Yes, I have an older sister, and well, I have a lot of siblings, but the ones that I lived with, like with my mom, I had an older sister and a younger brother, and I was the oldest son of my mom. Did they take away your Hunter x Hunter manga? I have never read the Hunter x Hunter manga. I've only watched the anime to this day as well. But yeah, yeah, I wouldn't be friends with me if I was a kid. Let's just put it that way. But I don't know, something clicked when I got older, and I was just like, I don't know, you just grow out of stuff. You just mature naturally. You know, no one told me to be better. I just became better. Yeah. I was never like awful. Like, I never like, you know, all right, I'm just gonna keep quiet. Anyways, let's get back to the discussion. Anywho, I really like this one little animation sequence where Ruby just closes the door with her foot. It's always the middle children. Yeah, well, anyways, I turned out all right. I turned out all right. God, I cringe so much at how I was as a kid. It's so bad. Anyways, I'm an adult now, which means my childhood is in the past where it belongs, and, you know, I'm better off for it. Sounds like evidence in a future legal case. All right, well, the house we lived in is still standing, okay? So that's all the evidence you need. Anyways, I really like this one little animation moment. Like, she's, like, carrying 2 cups of coffee in her hand. She's like, hey, I got the door. It's just like a... I don't know, it's just like a cozy vibe right there. I also like how their weapons are by the door. I thought Weiss's room had a flat door. Wait, a flat door? What do you mean a flat door? I don't know what that means. This moment humanized them. Loved it. I mean, I never thought they were, like, subhuman or anything like that. Like, I don't know, they're just vibing. They're just chilling. They're like, hey, we're people too, you know? I also thought the door was flat. Oh, you mean like with no, like, okay, you're talking about like the concave. Okay, I see what you guys are talking about now. Yeah, the rectangles on the door. Yeah, the rectangles on the door. Okay. I don't know, maybe go back to like Volume 4. Maybe, you know, Volume 4 was the first time they were messing around with the Maya engine, so can you really blame them? You know? Oh, the floor, not the door. Okay. I swear to God, I read that as door. Hold on. Wait. Okay. All right. I'm an idiot. I literally thought you said... I read that as... I swear to God, someone said door. Hold on. Nope, that was me. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me, ladies and gentlemen. Also, no, she had stairs. They were in volume... Yeah, they were in volume 4. I swear to God, someone said door. I'll take that to my grave. I don't care. You see, Arnold? Okay, now y'all are just... Okay, anyways, let's move on. I like lightning too, by the way. I guess that makes sense, right? Firebenders can also bend lightning, so that's, you know, that's like the distant cousin of fire. Hey, I'll be honest, Rungatree 1, Arnold is dyslexic confirmed. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but when I read, I literally insert words that aren't there. And it's like, I hate reading out loud. Like, I used to be such a good reader when I was a kid, and then as I got older, it just, like, degraded, and it's just, like, awful. And I, like, hate reading out loud because I get, like, super self-conscious, and, like, I read words that aren't there, and I hate pronouncing words that I've never heard of before because I pronounce it terribly. Yeah. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm like super nervous when I read. So, please forgive me. I promise I'm trying. Damn, I say a whole different sentence. Oh, man. It's just your brain moving too fast for your mouth. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right. I appreciate the kind gesture. I literally mixed floor with door. I mean, that's kind of okay, right? Like that I can see where that mess up would be, right? Floor, door. But yeah, it gets bad sometimes. Anyways, so lightning, distant cousin of fire, probably related to my childhood story. But yeah, I just kind of liked this. I was like, oh shit, that's badass. I'm gonna put that in there just so I can talk about it for like 2 minutes. But yeah, I just like the lightning. Same thing with the fire. Again, just, you know. You know why I like the fire so much? Because it's probably because it reminds me so fondly of my perfect childhood growing up. You know what I mean? It just hits different. It just, you know, it gives me that warm, tingly feeling in my chest that of yesteryears. Also the lighting, by the way. Anyways, we got some May Marigold back in the picture, and this is a great, like, revelation, not revelation, but I guess like we mentioned earlier, we basically got the, like, I guess the explanation or the story of the Marigold family, because we've been talking since Volume 7, when May Marigold first came into the picture, when everyone realized what her last name was, and that she was a Marigold, and, you know, we obviously knew about Henry Marigold from Volume 4. So, unfortunately, I don't know, unfortunately, not unfortunately, depends on how you feel about it, but we might not get Discount Neptune this volume. And, you know, I guess that's up to the individual person's take on the character. But I like how they also explained her decision and why she doesn't have family. Like, either she, you know, because she was disowned, and, you know, she wanted everyone else to also know that, you know, fuck that family. You know, it's like, I can guarantee you she tells everybody, you know, May Marigold, no relation. But yeah, for those who didn't know, May Marigold is the first on-screen transgender character in the show. It was originally confirmed by Kaden Jensen, the voice actress of the character, who's also trans. And I like the way that they went about, you know, I think they handled it really well, because I understand, like, you know, having a topic or a conversation like that, you don't want it to feel like it is the center of attention, but at the same time, you also want to show that this is a person just like everyone else, with feelings, and has the right to live the way that they want to. I guess so. In a way, it tries to you know, it tries to quell the stigma around the topic or the individual. And so I thought that was really great. I love how it's like, okay, if it wasn't confirmed before, if it was unclear for some, it is confirmed. It's in the show. It's present. It's in a way that's very it's also tied into, like, why her family disowns her, I believe. But yeah, I really liked this scene. May has been like like the star of the volume for the most part, at least for the Happy Huntresses. Honestly, I wish I personally would like to see a bit more Fiona, and especially Joanna, because we don't know if she has a semblance yet, or if we've seen it yet, or anything like that. But I just like the fact that May's been at the forefront of Team RWBY's squad, and she's asking and presenting them with a lot of, like, complex situations, at least as of right now, because the one thing that I will say that is starting to, like, not get on my nerves, but is starting to I don't know, just it's a little irritating, is, like, Team RWBY wants to do everything. They want to save Mantle, they want to save Atlas, they want to save Crow and Robin, they want to get the relic, they want to save Penny, they want to stop Salem, they want to fucking, I don't know, they want to have coffee, tea, and crump. They want to do everything, but they don't have, but when you tell them, okay, so how do we do it? Lay it on me. How are we going to do 20 different things? You know, because nobody wants to pick and choose. I think that's where you really start to see, like, okay, y'all need to stop being you guys need to stop being idealists and start, you know, acting with a sense of realism. You know, be realist for a second. Like, y'all have to probably divide yourselves up, maybe have to divide yourselves up even more, but a lot of what they're saying and doing isn't lining up with what's practical. You can't, like, and I love that May's just like, no, like, we can't going, like, where do you think we find the time to go and get your uncle and Robin? Like, they're grown-ass men and women. They can figure it out themselves. Like, we're like, the fight is here and now. Oh my gosh, Shadow Wolf Holy shit. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate the super chat. Holy crap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well, buddy. God, thank you guys so much. You guys are insane today, man. Happy holidays, man. Thank you all very, very much for the generosity this stream. It's insane. I know we're like bantering for the most part about like, you know, if William Pendragon's gonna make it out of here, if his comrades are gonna save him, if the Grimm are gonna get to him, like that's all fun and dandy, but like y'all are way too generous. Like I seriously appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very much. But yeah, like I like that May is the realist on all this. The one thing though that does conflict with that is how she's like, you have to choose. And here's the problem. It's weird to me that, at least for RWBY, it's weird how they view picking a side means like you're swearing. It almost feels like picking a side means you're swearing allegiance to that side, you know? And it's like nobody here wants to choose, but at the same time, like, it's either you choose or you just sit here and everybody else will do the work. And that's like an Ironwood mindset as well. Like Ironwood has to make the tough calls, and someone from Mantle is like, okay, I don't have anything to lose here. Weiss, I understand if you want to stay in Atlas, you have Whitley. You know, the Marigolds have each other. I have the people in Mantle. I have my Happy Huntresses. So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm prioritizing. That doesn't mean I want to see Atlas fall and burn. It just means there is a fight worth fighting down there. It's just weird. It's just, I don't know. It's just a lack of a lot of things. Experience. It's just spreading yourself way too thin. You want everything to work out, but it really can't. It like genuinely can't. And some people are going to live. Some people are going to die. Some people will get out. Some people won't. Oh my God, 7-shot revolver. $100 suit. You guys need to stop, dude. Y'all need to chill out, bro. I need to get through this discussion, all right? Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. That's insane. Thank you very, very much, 7-shot revolver. Merry Christmas to you as well. I appreciate it. Thank you for the overwhelming generosity. And I hope you enjoy the I hope you're enjoying the discussion as well. I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah. So like you can't save everybody. It's unfortunate. It's sad to say, but like I understand why they feel like they can save everyone or they can try to save everyone. It's cuz like they lost a lot back at Beacon, you know, and they didn't really have a chance to try to do as much. But like now they're overcompensating. They're trying to do every little thing instead of saving who they can. Now it's not as selfish as, or not as extreme as like Atlas being like, all right, we got to save ourselves. Let's get out of here. But now the fight's here. They couldn't leave because RWBY, and everything that's happening here, Ironwood is gonna, like when Ironwood sees RWBY again, or when he talks to her again or whatever, everything that happens next will be on your hands. Penny getting destroyed, or Penny getting severely injured, Salem attacking Atlas, you know, people dying. Now, I know that's not RWBY's fault in particular, but if RWBY let them get the relic, you know, if RWBY wasn't like holding Penny and keeping Penny from them, Atlas wouldn't be here right now. And chances are neither would Salem, because Mantle doesn't mean anything to her. Atlas means everything, and she would be up there trying to fight them while they could have also gotten the word out, you know? Or tried to get the word out before any of that shit happened. If RWBY just didn't lie to Ironwood, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like... Yeah, it's a domino effect. That's the thing that people need to understand at the end of the day. Like, these decisions being made by all of these characters are made with full agency. Like, all of these like, no one's telling them what to do. They're making these decisions for themselves, and they're not inherently malicious decisions, but they're decisions that have ramifications. And like those ramifications are what are going to be the lasting impact of whatever happens and how people treat you and all that other stuff. So yeah, RWBY lying is what, you know, contributed to all of this happening, but you also have to take into account how Ironwood's been dealing with situations and things of that nature, and how the stress is also getting to him. And it's just, you know, Salem's reading him like a book, and she knows how he's going to respond and react, and the decisions he's making are also kind of falling into that, with siding with someone like Watts, who's the enemy. You should never, under any circumstances, you can't trust people like that, but trust is palpable, you know? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how they set all of this up, where everyone is doing what they feel is right, or what they feel they should do. But I don't know. Like, I don't want to completely condemn anyone. I don't think it's any one person's fault, but at the same time, there is a little bit of contributing factors. There's like major decisions that I think if you were to piece like major decisions, it's like, this was major. This created a chain reaction to have all of these things happen, you know, and I think a lot of people can share a little bit of the blame. Andy J, Merry Christmas, bud. Oh my God, dude. Anthony Maya, I think that's how you say that. I wanted to be generous too. I don't have much money, so take this as a thank you for all the tough times you've helped me through. Hey, every little bit helps. All right, I don't want anyone to feel like, you know, it matters the amount. Like, first off, like, I am not used to that, first and foremost. And second, like, it's incredibly generous, and I appreciate the kind words, guys. Thank you so much. Like, what is happening today? Holy shit. Arthur and Andy, thank you guys both so much for the super chats, for the generosity, for the kind words. Jeez, I guess it's the Christmas spirit. Yeah, I guess. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas, of course. Thank you guys. Wow, I can't believe that. That's crazy. My God. Merry Chrysler. Oh my God, that's such a funny video. Happy nondescript winter holiday. That's a mouthful. I celebrate Christmas, so whenever I say Merry Christmas, it's just because that's ingrained into my brain. I've celebrated, even though I'm not really religious, I've celebrated Christmas my whole life, so yeah. Again, thank you guys all so very much. I appreciate it. Also, this was a sick-ass shot. Also, the end of day 2. You know what that means? This means that this basically means that this is the final night. When did it become night? I mean, you know, day turns into night. The fight wages on. The reason why time just skipped so quickly is because we went from like Oscar's perspective to RWBY's perspective. And then when we went back to Oscar's perspective, it was already nighttime. So like as the crewbie has mentioned, this volume is taking place over 48 hours. So this is night 2. Which means the next 6 episodes are going to take place, and when the sun comes up again, I'm pretty sure Atlas is going to be gone. Which is pretty depressing. You know, like the morning of, you know, it's kind of like what happened with, with Clover, right? The dawn, you know, as the sun was rising, he died. You know, and 48 hours later, the sun rises on a destroyed Atlas. Yeah, that is pretty grim. No pun intended. Holy shit. But yeah, this is just a cool shot. Also, there are some Nevermores in here. We haven't seen those bad boys in a really long time. Holy shit. What was it? Volume 4 was the last time we saw Nevermore? And I honestly think it was from the character. Technically, the Kuroyuri. The Kuroyuri flashback. Or was there one last volume? Was there one last volume? Wait, let me think. Where was there a Nevermore? That's flashback, though. I'm talking about modern day. Like, current events. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? The Nevermore that Maria fought. I was thinking Kuroyuri, too, but then I was like, that's a flashback. I guess the Volume 4 character short. Technically, because that's canon. That's current events. But yeah, that's kind of cool that we see them again after quite a while. I mean, if you also want to count the flashback of, you know, the Lost Fable, that was also... But yeah, the Volume 4 character short had a Nevermore in it. I think that's the last time we saw them, like, currently. But yeah, anyways, this is a really great shot. I really, really like it. Okay, let me see. Artemis Arrow, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Honestly, throughout all of this, Jean has been the most level-headed character and somewhat logical. And somewhat logical one this volume, which is really interesting for me, especially during the scene with him and Winter. He's always been great at thinking on his feet. And I think he's probably the character who's had the most... with the exception of Weiss, obviously, I think he's the character that's evolved the most, like, the most realistically. Like, Weiss basically was just, like, her development really came from being outside of the Atlas bubble and having a bit of perspective on other people and treating people a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, that's where her development came. Jean's came from, like, actual work and loss and, like, growth in that regard, like, people relying on him, things of that nature, grieving, growing from that, you know, being a lot more competent of a fighter and a strategist, and I think that's where, I don't know, I'm just really proud of him as a character. I saw a lot of myself in Jean when I initially, like, in Volume 1, he was my favorite character, actually, because he was, a klutz, he was a hopeless romantic, he got bullied a lot. A lot of those things, I guess, resonated with me as I was growing up. And so I immediately, like, grew to love Jean during the early volumes. And so, I don't know, I just really love the character, the person he's become now. It's going to be so sick going back and watching Volume 1 and just seeing that evolution, like, week to week instead of year to year. I think Jean's like one of the best characters in the show. Hi, watching this from Navarra, Spain. Wow. Love your videos and live streaming. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Hogar de Utuf Urs. I'm just gonna call you Hogar for short. I'm sorry for butchering your name. Thank you so much for the donation, for the super chat. I appreciate it. That's crazy, from Spain. That's awesome. Yeah, the Vomit Boy leveled up. Yep. Damn. God, the freaking Vomit Boy. Wow, that's a callback. Arnold, I'm calling it. Jean's not going to make it this volume. Well, then the Juniper death theory is plausible. If any of Team Juniper dies, the Juniper death theory is pretty much like... It gains a lot more credibility at that point. In the RWBY books, they said they wanted Jean to develop not just on the battlefield, not just with battlefield skills, but through hard emotional stuff. Yeah, I mean, they hit the nail on the head there. Another thing, too, to consider is, like, I'm actually kind of happy Jean is, like, he kind of, like, represents, like, the common man, like, the everyman. He's not, like, so when the show first started, I'll be honest, I actually didn't really like Jean as, like, a fighter because... Like, when you looked at the colored trailers and when you looked at, like, the individual fighting skills of the other characters like Pyrrha and Mercury and stuff like that, when you looked at those, in my mind, I was like, I think everyone can relate to this. Like, Jean was just incredibly vanilla, right? He wasn't doing these crazy moves with his sword. Like, in my mind, I was like, how far can this guy go as a huntsman when you put him side by side with someone like RWBY, like Yang, like Blake, like Adam? You know what I mean? And, like, he can barely swing his sword properly. Define vanilla? Look at the Red trailer. And tell me, can Jean even do, like, a fifth of any of that? A tenth of any of that? To the same style. I guess what I mean is, like, his style wasn't... Like, he didn't really have, like, a fighting style in a way that popped or in a way that was, like, wow factor like the other characters. So, in my mind, I was like... I felt like he was going to be more suited for, like, the comedic relief... That character, you know, the guy that thinks with his brains and doesn't really have a lot of flair to him. And basically he was useless. Yeah, vanilla means plain. Yeah, like when you say like something's vanilla, it's just basic, you know? But I think Jean, I think that's great because it makes him, I guess, relatable in a way, right? Through hard work, through... emotions. You know, I think he has like the most believable growth of anyone in the show, and the period of time that stuff happened is very believable as well, right? The fall of Beacon, that shit's probably been like 2 years at this point, and he's gone through a lot of the stuff that really made him grow as a character because of it. Obviously, Pyrrha included. And, you know, and he still has Ren and Nora, and, you know, he's been the middleman, not the middleman, he's been, like, the mediator for a lot of, like, the stuff that's been getting out of whack with everybody else and their emotions and stuff like that. So you need a level-headed person like Jean, and I'm really happy that he's become the character he is today. Miles has done a great job with the character overall, too, which is crazy to me that he was Felix in the Chorus trilogy, because it's like, what the fuck? Like, complete 180, dude. Anyways, okay, let's get back here. So this is the point where I wanted you guys to remind me about Jin. And I wanted y'all to remind me about Jin because one of the questions that's on my mind is, do you guys think, okay, let me come back on screen here. Do you guys think, so you know how Jin gets summoned? You know, Jin, and then everything freezes. Everything stop, like time stop, basically. Do you think Salem is... Do you think that affects Salem? Do you think if Hazel summons Jin, that Salem wouldn't find out? I don't know why, but I feel like it would be... Like, I can't imagine someone using the relic and Salem not finding out. I don't see why not. Well, because it freezes time. So you would have to ask yourself, like, is Salem above that? You know, is Salem as an entity who has magic, who's very different than anyone else, is she above that? Because it's either Hazel's going to get... Well, first off, Hazel needs to get the relic. Second of all, it's weird, too, how Jin works. Because when RWBY called Jin's name in Volume 6, everyone in the area was you know, witnessed it. You know what I mean? So is there like, a proximity to it? If, you know what I mean? Because, like, everyone saw Jin and everyone was, like, moving around. No one was frozen. But then, when she was on Weiss's summon against the Leviathan, everybody else was frozen but RWBY. So I just wonder if Salem would be affected by that. And if she's within proximity of the lamp, then Hazel's fucked. Because, Hazel can't feel pain. That's his semblance, but Hazel can be killed. You know, it's very different from Salem. So yeah. You know what this actually reminds me of, by the way? This is like a classic Dragon Ball Z moment. What it reminds me of is, like, okay, so you have Hazel, Well, let me get into the scene itself first, and then I'll touch on that. So, Ozma basically fulfilled the role of Jinn this episode, and told Hazel the entire plot, the sequence of events of Volume 6, Chapter 3, The Lost Fable. Explained it everything down to a T of Salem's curse. Emerald caught wind of it all, and I think that's going to be very important moving forward, because that doesn't necessarily mean that only Hazel is going to potentially ask a question. It can go any number of ways as of right now. But I do like how Oscar gave the question to Hazel, because that's the ultimate, like, you wouldn't be doing all of this just to set me up. Like, there's, like, I can keep saying you're lying, but if you're going to this extent to give me the name, and only me the name, for me to make the choice, there's got to be some truth to at least his motives, why he's doing that. And that gives Hazel enough pause and gives him something to think about. And it makes sense, right? Like, if you put the pieces together, like, all that shit Oz just told you was likely shit that Salem didn't tell you, what's the word? The hearts of men are easily swayed, all that jazz. And it's, it was easy for her to manipulate him. But then if Hazel starts questioning those things, if he has someone in his corner tell him, hey, why do you think that is? Hazel basically got shafted. He basically got outplayed by Salem. The thing is now is that there is a three-way stake for the question, because Hazel knows what the answer. Hazel knows Jin's name. Emerald knows Jin's name. But we know that Emerald is a massive fucking simp for Cinder, and she'll probably go and tell Cinder, and then Cinder will know Jin's name. And I think that would make sense as well, considering how in the intro, the sequence where Cinder is walking, she's like walking through, and then her hand starts acting up. Everybody else is frozen in that moment, except Emerald and except Neo. So that could imply that Cinder or Emerald will ask the question, and it will be them three. It'll be a Cinder, Emerald, and Neo moment. And that could be who gets the question. If she decides to, I don't know if Neo went with her. If Neo didn't go with her, then Neo could fly a plane with Emerald to find Cinder, tell her the name. The real question is, how are they going to get the relic? That's the only thing that's going to be the big challenge for whoever decides to go for it, is because Salem has it. And so that's currently that's currently like the topic, or I guess that is the current path that they can take moving forward. It's like, okay, well, obviously what we have to look forward to next in terms of this information is that someone, Emerald has never been in it for Salem. She's always been in it for Cinder. And this information is clearly making her have second thoughts to the point where she has to go and tell Mercury. And unfortunately for him, he's already too deep. He's knee deep in this shit. So he has to kind of go through it whether he likes it or not. Hazel has some legitimate reasons to be skeptical now. After everything that him and Oz have been talking about, he's been around, and it's long enough for him to be influenced, and it's a good plan to sabotage. Sabotage the saboteur, and I don't know. It could be interesting for a number of ways, but the only thing is, like, I'm also curious what Salem told them. Like, why is Cinder? Well, I guess for Cinder it's the maiden powers. For Hazel, it's revenge. For Watts, it's revenge. For Tyrion, it's to simp. And then she just ends up getting everything. I don't know, because, like, if Hazel knows, is it enough for Hazel to know and then he just tells it? You know what I mean? Like, does it matter enough that anyone knows? Are they still going to go through with it? I can see Hazel turning. I can see Emerald turning. But Tyrion, Watts, Cinder, I think they're far gone at this point. I think they're in it no matter what. Watts is like moments away from vengeance, so I wouldn't be surprised if Watts doesn't survive Atlas at this point. And on top of that, they only have one question. And it's kind of crazy because that one question really needs to matter. You know, it's like, what could you possibly ask Salem? Like, what could you possibly ask that would give the audience the most bang for their buck in terms of, like, what I mean by that is, like, give the audience the satisfaction of getting a question. Something on top of that that has to, I think, match the second question we got. You know, we got an entire backstory episode. We got the Lost Fable episode, you know? So you can't waste that question on something basic like, I don't know. I don't know. Salem needs the answer too, right? So, and then you also have Salem who's likely going to ask, where's the beacon relic? Or how do I find the beacon relic? Or how do I obtain the beacon relic? You have to be very specific as well. So imagine Hazel decides to inverse what Team RWBY did to Ozpin. And so I went on Twitter the day the episode came out, and I tweeted, and I kind of hope this happens, because I think this would be massive. I think this would be awesome. So I said, I hope the last question asked to Jin, and again, I think Hazel, it would be nice for Hazel to ask this, what is Salem hiding from us? Which would be a nice juxtaposition, because the heroes asked Ozpin that question, and now the villains would ask Salem that question. And so I think it would just be great because it would give us a Salem perspective backstory of what she's been up to ever since Ozma, you know, ever since, I guess, from the end of the Lost Fable, but from Salem's perspective. So imagine we get, like, that episode is Salem's perspective on how she recruited Watts, Tyrion, Cinder, Hazel, and, like, her newfound goal of going after these relics in this lifetime. I really, really don't know if that's something that the writers are prioritizing, because as a viewer, that's really what I want. I just don't think it's something that, like, when you think, like, as the writers of the show, I'm just wondering if they're thinking to themselves, is that worth screen time? Is that worth runtime? Because they have 14 chapters, they're halfway there, and it's just a great parallel, you know? I think we'll find out, because if it's not that question, it would have to be where the beacon relic is, because if Ozpin never opens his mouth, we're never going to find out where this thing is, unless somehow the other relics can indicate where the other relics are, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she can create, like, a relic compass or something that can show, you know, like a Dragon Ball radar or whatever. Oh, another reason why I said, like, this reminded me of Dragon Ball Z, like, with Hazel, is because it's kind of like how, like, Frieza wanted the Dragon Balls for immortality, but everybody else used the Dragon Balls on Namek to get wishes, and then, like, when Frieza realized what was happening, you know, Guru ended up dying, so the last wish was, like, wasn't used. So that's why it reminded me of Dragon Ball Z. It not super closely, but it's like we got one question left. The big bad wants it, but someone else might get to it first, you know, because they ended up using 2 of the wishes to bring Piccolo back. So that's what it at least reminded me of. Anyways, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get through a couple of these super chats just because I've been rambling for quite a bit, but I do appreciate you know, all of you guys for the Christmas cheer and the support. Thank you guys all very, very much. All right, let's see. Let's see. Claudia Torres, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Hey, Arnold, 'tis the season and all that. Thank you so much for all of the good times, dude. And here's to many, many more. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Happy holidays to you as well. And, yeah, hopefully we can keep doing this for many, many years to come. Like, all the volumes of RWBY, you know, also when we come back from the break. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. StarCraft Squall, because, oh, that's right. By the way, episode 8 is the 100th episode of RWBY. Episode 100. That's crazy. I can't believe that. 100 episodes of RWBY. The big 100. Maybe they have something planned for that episode. That's... Oh, man. That's insane. Okay, so your question, because episode 100 is coming, would you be able to pick your top 100 show moments? Bro, are you inside my head right now, dude? I actually thought of that. I don't know how I would be able to... It's not something I'm planning right now, but it's something that I've been thinking about. Like, what I really want to do is, like, my top favorite, like, Weiss moments or RWBY moments or moments of the show. Like, one from every episode. I actually thought about that. It's just, as of right now, that's too much of an investment, time-wise, to go through 100 episodes and structure a video where I go through my top 100 RWBY moments, you know? Who the fuck's gonna watch that? That's a lot of editing on top of that. I know some of y'all will probably watch it, but 100 minutes at 1 minute per moment at the minimum, you know, that's almost 2 hours. You know, let's just say 30 seconds per moment. That's still roughly an hour or almost an hour. So that's a lot. That's definitely a lot, but it is something that I've been thinking about because there are a lot of moments that I feel like I want to give my opinions on or talk more candidly about. Top 100 spoken words. I do have a few compilation videos that I want to do for RWBY. So this is 2 hours. We're already 2 hours, but that's different. This is a live stream. This is live. This is interaction. This is y'all in the chat, me talking to you in real time. You're basically asking for a 2-hour VOD. And I know some people watch these VODs after the fact, but I don't know. It's just different. It just hits different. But it is something I'm considering. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Also, happy holidays to you as well. Flowers, thank you for the $5 super chat. If Oscar dies or if Oscar dies or merges, who will be lost? What's his goal, dreams, or anything? How will Jean, Ren, or Yang... Why does Jean, Ren, or Yang care? We need more character... We need more character moments. What do you think? I don't know. I feel like ultimately that's just a level of acceptance. Like, Oscar has to accept that, like everyone that's come before him. It's not Ozpin's choice. He's not doing this maliciously. That is just the side effect. We just don't know how it's going to fare. Here's the question, though. Do you guys think that the merging will happen before the volume's over? Like, do you think, like, by the end of this volume, Oscar and Ozpin will have merged? Like, it's going to happen before volume 9, I think. No? No, probably. I hope not. Well, we can all hope. Someone very important. Could be. I hope not. Because Ozpin's already mentioned, too, that the merging, they're well on their way. And he's gathering the last bit of his memories and magic. I don't see Oscar still being present by the time we get to Vacuo, because that's another, like, trip across the globe. And I think they said Volume 9, they're going on a detour. I'm pretty sure those were Carrie's words. They're taking a detour, which I think Dragon Continent, honestly. That's Salem's old lair. If she's no longer there right now, if the heroes manage to escape, I think it would be relevant for maybe some Salem backstory if we end up going there and learning more about her, or maybe where Ozpin hid the relics if he ends up telling them. I think that would be kind of cool. It just really depends on what this detour is before we get to Vacuo. Or we're going to go back to Patch, and I don't think we'll go back to Patch. I think that's too close to Vale and that whole situation, especially with Mercury and Tyrion going to Vacuo next. So I wonder how long is the merging process? I don't think it's I think we're just... I mean, he's been with Ozpin for months. So, I don't know. It's inevitable. We just have to wait and see. How do you think things will go down when the Hound gets to learn Team RWBY at the Schnee Manor? That's going to be an all-out brawl. I hope Mama Schnee summons, because she's a Schnee. And I know she can summon, because it was in the comic. Or, we know she can fight. she's done it in the past, so I wonder if she'll have her own signature summon like her daughters do. That'd be really dope. Let's see. Sorry for kind of trolling you with my account name. My actual name is, Aitor or Aitor. I mean, that's no problem. I mean, an online username is your alias, so, you know, it doesn't have to be your exact name. That makes sense. Artemis Arrow, here's my question. If the gods are summoned back by the relics and end humanity, what's stopping the gods from just leaving her alone like this, like last time? I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Salem is going to get all 4 relics. I think the gods are going to come back. I think the gods are going to destroy Remnant, and Salem is still going to be alive. And then it's going to be this Salem development. Like, I honestly think that's what's going to happen. Because there's an afterlife. There's a chance that if Salem... I honestly think that's going to happen. I'm not even joking. I think that's what's going to happen. The only thing is, I think the gods... Like, if Salem... Because that's Salem's last ace in the hole. Imagine that. Imagine going through all of the... Like, this is Salem's, like, 5,000 IQ gigabrain play. And she does everything, and it works. And she gets the relics. She summons the gods. They doom humanity. This is it. This is what she's been waiting eons for. And, like, she still loses. You know? I think that's when the focus will shift to Salem, because that will completely shatter her character as we've known it so far. Like, it's just gonna it's just gonna, like, she's going to change forever as a character at that point. That's also gonna be odd because everyone else will be dead. And the story would still have to continue, so I don't know if it would continue on the God's word. I don't know where it's going to go from there, but I do think that Salem will get what she wants, and it still won't be good enough, because the gods told her how to break the curse already. So I don't think anything will bypass it. Like, nothing will, like, the only thing that will bypass it is once she's able to, what did he say? He said, you must understand the importance of life and death, only then may you rest. And maybe that'll be what it takes. Killing everybody for a second time will get her to realize the importance of life and death. So yeah. Or we might get, like, I don't know, maybe we'll get a volume like 20 with them in the afterlife. Who knows? Oh, man, that'd be fucking nuts. I don't know how I'd be able to process that. But yeah. Also, what would suck even more is if they wipe out everybody again, but this time the God of Darkness comes back and takes his Grimm with him. Because then she'd literally have nothing. Like, she'd be nothing also. But yeah, I do think that's what's going to happen. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Salem after the gods leave once again. God fucking damn it. Yeah. It's just a matter of how it goes, because if you end up wiping out everyone again, they have to come back somehow. You know what I mean? So maybe the gods will stick around this time, you know, because they got summoned back. It's not like they're going to kill everyone off and then dip. Maybe they'll confront her directly. Maybe they'll take everybody else and move them somewhere else and keep her on this planet by herself. So yeah, I honestly, I can see that. I can definitely see that happening. It's just a matter of time, ultimately. But yeah, I can see that happening. And it's great that you brought that question up, because I've had that on my mind for a while. Let's see. Kayla A, thank you for the $10 super chat. Nice to see you in the chat again. It's not persistent to the villains team, but that flashback might just also contain what happened to Summer Rose if we got it. Yeah, she did have a run-in with Summer, so I mean, I think they can cram a lot into like a 26-minute episode. That's how long The Lost Fable was, so it'd be kind of cool if it was the same runtime as well. And we got a lot of stuff from that episode. Obviously, as time has gone on, Salem has interacted with tons of people over tons of amounts of time. It'd be cool too if we saw Talk, because Talk was working for Salem, like I mentioned back in Volume 6. So it'd be kind of cool just to see her, like, for this one split moment, like, hey, these are the goons she had in a different lifetime, and it was Talk, and we all found out what happened to her, you know what I mean? That would have had to have been the generation before, because Maria is still alive. Was she? Yes, she was. It was... Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no. I know where it's revealed. It's revealed in the RWBY Amity Arena. I thought it was in the book, like the companion, but no, it's revealed in the it's revealed on Talk's RWBY Amity Arena card. So yeah, she in fact worked for Salem. And that's why she was going after Silver-Eyed Warriors. She was going after Maria for her eyes. But yeah, so I just remember that. I was like, wait, does the companion doesn't cover Volume 6? At least I don't think it does. I honestly don't really remember. I mean, I've only read through the book like once or twice. But yeah. Yeah, Talk. She was the one that was the crocodile. She was like, she beat Maria in 1 minute. She got stabbed through the back and her head cut off. All that stuff. She's got that invulnerable semblance. That fight was sick. That was one of my favorite fights. That was a 60-second fight, by the way. But yeah, I think that I would really like that. I would like if we could learn something about Summer Rose instead of just seeing her in flashbacks and all that stuff, or like in visions of RWBY. We did get a mention of her last volume, so Salem has had a run-in with her. Even knowing that RWBY is the daughter of Summer Rose, which is even, I mean, it's not, you know, like, oh, you have silver eyes, you look like your mom, your last name's Rose, makes sense. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool just to see her. Let's see, Chris V, when Jin was first introduced, one question was already asked. Given the history between Salem and Summer, did Summer ask the first question? No one knows. I think Ozpin asked the first question. Because if you remember, in Volume 6, when Jin was summoned for the first time for Team RWBY, she ends up saying, it's good to see you again, old man. Implying that he's used the relic for years. But it just makes sense to me that he would be the only one to ask a question and then put the relic back in the vault for when he needed to ask another question. So it just makes sense that it was Ozpin. I mean, no one's confirmed that, but that is objectively, like, that's the only conclusion. So, yeah. Let's see. Amory Dawn, thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas to you as well. I appreciate the fact that you enjoy the videos and the stream. Thank you, thank you. Ethan Hartman, I think Oscar and Ozpin will end up merging but by the end of the series, Oscar's curse will be broken and Oscar will come back and be his own person. That seems logical. That seems like the most plausible situation. Because you have to think again, too. Ozma's curse will be lifted, and Salem's curse will be lifted. It's just a matter of if Ozma can succeed, you know? But yeah, I think that would be great. It sucks for all of the people that came before, but I think that that's a much healthier alternative for Oscar in the long run, and, you know, for him to be his own person as the most recent soul that's bound to him. Pigeon Power, thank you again for the super chat. But at this point, she collects the relics. The world could be united, like the god said. I don't think this is true unity. You have racism. You have, oh my gosh, Zalez 2031. Holy crap, thank you so much for the super chat. Dude, this is crazy, man. Y'all are insane. Thank you so much. Was going to send this earlier, but my phone died. Merry Christmas. Can't wait to watch this later when I am free. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for the generous donation. Thank you so much, man. Merry Christmas to you as well. And I hope you enjoy the VOD after the fact. Jeez, man, that's insane. Thank you guys all so very much for the support. But yeah, there's racism in the world. That, you know, they have the faunus issue. They have, you know, like, there's just so many, like, real issues in the world where I honestly think true peace is, it's an idea. I honestly think it's more of an idea than a practical, than a reality, than a practical reality. You know, I wish that wasn't the case, but, like, that's, you know, the idea of peace is what brings hope and what keeps people going. Kind of crazy when you think about it, because it's kind of like, you know, we live that same lifestyle, you know what I mean? Everyone, you know, there's always going to be a war to fight for the sake of peace, but that, you know what I mean? Peace inevitably brings more fighting and war, and vice versa. So yeah, I think there's so much more going on that's dividing them than simply Salem. Or maybe at the heart of it, Salem is the true issue. If you take the Grimm out of the equation, if you take the Grimm out of the equation, that solves a lot of the problems, but then you still have people who just naturally don't like the faunus. I don't know. It's a very tumultuous task to be burdened with. It's like, fix all of the world's problems and create a perfect world is essentially what they're saying. And maybe that's a test in of itself, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Commander Panther, at work, but wanted to hop in and wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. I appreciate it. Make sure you're working smarter, not harder. All right, anyways, let's carry on. We have a few more images to get through here. They did my boy Mercury so dirty. Also, if you notice, he packed 2 of the same shirt. So this man just has the same clothes over and over. I find that very funny because we've never seen Team RWBY. Or we've seen change in outfits, but it's kind of funny because, like, his outfit, I don't really see Mercury's outfit being like this crazy. Like, I know a lot of people like it, but isn't it just his a coat over his old outfit? Obviously, his old outfit has like orange trim, but he's literally wearing the same. He just has a coat over it, and he's packing 2 of the same shirt. But yeah, they literally did my boy dirty. They were like, hey, Mercury, I know you haven't been in the volumes for a while. Let's bring you back for, like, 1 episode where you actually have some substance. And let's ship you off. And we'll see you in volume... At this point, I think volume 10. I think we'll be in Vacuum at volume 10 if volume 9 is a detour. But him and... I do like that they're setting things up for Vacuum right now. He was gone only for volume 7. You know what I mean, though. Like, Mercury hasn't really been in the show since, like, volume 3. Like, let's be honest. Like, let's be honest with ourselves right now for a second, okay? When has Mercury said more than, like, a handful of lines? He had that one moment in volume 5 where he, like, him and Emerald had, like, that fight. Wait, was that volume 6? Okay, volume 5, I meant. So, volume 6, volume 7, so 3 volumes. We haven't seen this man do much since volume 5. You guys got me there, I forgot. I forgot about, we don't talk about volume 5, all right? Like, I legitimately forgot about volume 5 until chat just mentioned it. Yeah, so, volume 6, he had that one moment with him and Emerald having that fight. Volume 7. Volume 8. And he's getting shipped off to... Like, why did they even bring Mercury? If they were at the Dragon Continent, why not just drop his ass off at the freaking... Why not just drop his ass off at Vacuum? Why did you even bring him here? For him to just get on a ship and fly out of here. Like, literally, Mercury just, like, came here for nothing. Mercury needed to meet up with Tyrion. No, he didn't. Why did he need to meet with Tyrion? So they can fly there together? What's Tyrion need to be his chaperone? Oh, boy. They could have literally been like, Mercury, you stay put. Just enjoy this little vacay. Tyrion will be here to greet you shortly. And you know, now he'd be flying there. It's just odd. Nah, that's not a plot hole. That's just me. I'm just you know, I'm just being difficult. He's kind of young, might need a chaperone. It's just false hope. That's what you gave the people. You gave us false hope when you brought Mercury back, only to ship him off again and be like, see you later, buddy. We'll see you in a couple volumes. That's all I'm getting at. It's just like, you know. Also, Tyrion literally getting away with murder. Actually getting away with murder. We talked about this in the live discussion when we did the that RWBY Tubers panel. Like our predictions, our thoughts on Tyrion and stuff like that. A lot of us thought that Tyrion was gonna die this volume. And the writers are like, nah, Tyrion's carrying the villains right now. We need this man for as long as possible. Let's bring his ass back in volume when we go to like, that's crazy, dude. Makes sense, right? He's a Faunus. Faunus kind of have like make a life for themselves out there, like the tough, you know, the survival of the fittest and all that. So it kind of makes sense. It's great that Mercury's going. Hopefully Mercury can actually be a fucking character. Hopefully by then, you know, because he's all about surviving and, you know, working twice as hard as anyone. He doesn't have a semblance. I honestly think he'd fit in perfectly in Vacuo, especially since, like, he's had to work hard to get where he is. And I don't know if he's going to, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get second thoughts because Tyrion's out here, like, acting up, you know? Maybe Mercury will turn the ship around. I don't think that's happening. Tyrion's practically bullying him right now. I do not see that happening. Oh, okay, hold on. Give me a second. I missed the super chat here. Desmond Plays Games. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Merry Christmas, Arnold. My brother Eli and I love watching you and your videos and look forward to your live streams every week. Thank you so much. That's great to hear. Merry Christmas to you and your brother. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. The reaction to this episode, as usual, will be posted on Saturday. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas as well. But yeah, thank you so very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 2 words, eject button. Oh God. Yeah, so they're going to Vacuo. They're gonna get a leg up on the Sword of Destruction, and set up shop there. And I don't know, maybe just survey the area, ask questions, look around, gather intel. I don't know if they're gonna make a move themselves or if they're gonna wait for you know what I mean? Because essentially what they have to do is what Tyrion and Watts did. The difference is that Atlas was Tyrion's Atlas was Watts's playground, right? Mantle, like stealing candy from a baby. They took over this kingdom like no one's business, right? Vacuo might be a little bit of a different story because Tyrion's only quality going into this is that he can fight. No one's gonna push him around. He's likely going to be meeting people that are just as messed up as he is or tough as he is or whatever. He's a Faunus. Mercury might have a little bit of a harder time because, like, he talks a big game, but he's going to meet some true ruffians out there, I think. And that might not be too good. I'm sure Mercury... Okay, so here's an interesting thing, though. Here's an interesting thing you have to think about. I don't think anybody knows... like, realistically, I don't think anybody knows about Mercury being an accomplice of Cinder's, right? So what could possibly happen here is that Mercury not teams up, but he becomes buddy-buddy with Team Sun and Team Sun and Team... Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. I take that back. You would assume the heroes would tell them about the stuff that happened. Mercury is wanted. Yeah, but we didn't see Team Sun and Mistral at all. So in my head, they were never there. You know? RWBY would have told... Yeah, so yeah, so never mind. I take that back. Mercury would have to be pretty sus for Team Sun and Team Coffee at this point. Also, the events of the book would have already happened by now. Right? Like, we talked about this last week, but because Salem wasn't mentioned at all in the books, right? They didn't mention the broadcast that RWBY made, you know, when Sun and Neptune were looking at it in the desert. So I assume the events of after the fall and before the dawn have already happened, and now the villains are heading there. You know, they just saw the broadcast and the villains are heading there now. So whatever happens in the books is already taken care of. I know Theodore is, you know, RWBY mentioned Theodore. That's the headmaster of Shade Academy. So, like, obviously he's there. The Sword of Destruction is there somewhere. The Summer Maiden is there somewhere. And Tyrion is probably going to be... you would have to assume that Team RWBY filled in everybody on everything before they split ways. About Tyrion, about Cinder, about Emerald, about Mercury, you know, and all that stuff in between. So actually, if Team Sun and Team Coffee come across them, you know, that might spell trouble for these guys as of right now. I think Mercury's semblance is gone for good. Yeah, Killaxon had a theory that that Mercury might get a new semblance, because it's like a semblance getting stolen is one thing, but it's like maybe you can manifest a new one if your body realizes, yo, what happened to that last semblance we gave you, and it's like it's gone, it's not there anymore. Maybe he'll work 3 times as hard, 4 times as hard. But he even said he worked, you know, he trained and worked hard, he never got it back. And then his dad died after he killed him. Well, after he killed his dad, he didn't get it back. Obviously, his dad died when he killed... People die when they're dead. People die when they're killed, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, by the way. Spread the word. Oh, man. Liar. I don't know why. I just had like a brain fart right there. Sun was at the Battle of Haven. Wait, hold on. Sun was at the Battle of Haven. He fought with Blake. Yeah, but like Mercury never showed up again. Wait, I don't understand the context, David. Oh yeah, Sun was at the Battle of Haven. Yeah, I guess. Okay, never mind. I swear to God, I blocked out Volume 5. I'm not even kidding. I actually might need to go back and watch Volume 5. Because it almost like... I'm missing so many key parts of that volume, it's not even funny. I obviously watched it. We all know I watched it, but I honestly think I repressed Volume 5 to the point where I don't really remember much of what happened in it. But yeah, Sun is there, yeah, of course. Holy shit, well, it's because he spent 90% of the volume in Menagerie. He shows up for, like, the last 2 episodes, and that's it. And he, like, practically does nothing. So yeah. Yeah, my bad. I want to see Carmen in volume, in Vacuo. Yeah, so there's her. I don't know about many. I'm going to read the books over the summer. Or not even over the summer, like, after the volume is done, because I need to read both of those books before we get to Vacuo. Absolutely. Why so much hate for Volume 5? I just want to say I'm not hating on Volume 5. I legitimately don't remember. You know? That's not to say I don't remember it because it's not good. Like, it's also my least favorite of the volumes. That has nothing to do with it. It's just... nothing stuck with me, for the most part. Or a lot didn't stick with me, I guess. Because I literally, like, chat's reminding me of shit that happened in RWBY. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I should be a Steel Vice when it comes to this shit. But, I think Volume 5 is also the volume I've rewatched the least also. So, yeah. Yeah, Volume 5 is probably better binged. I haven't rewatched it, I think, since it came out. So, yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, Billy Southerberry? Southerby, sorry. Do you think Mercury could possibly gain his semblance back? His father told him he would get it back when he gets stronger. He might not be stronger yet. I mean, the father said he'd get it back, implying that his ability to steal a semblance means he could give it back himself. I think Mercury implied that if he killed his father, the semblance would come back to him automatically because he's dead. But that didn't work. So yeah. Also, his father lied to him. He was like, my father said I can have this when I got stronger, but I did get stronger, and he never gave it back to me, so I killed him, and now it's permanently gone. So yeah. What's your favorite to least favorite volumes? It fluctuates, honestly. Volume 7 and Volume 8 have changed that a little bit for me, so I can never truly say. I think I'm gonna wait until the show is done, which is kind of to say, but I might have to wait until the show is done to give my legitimate, like, thoughts on each volume. Because I hold a lot of nostalgia for Volume 1. I feel like most people would put Volume 1 at the bottom of their list. I think I'd put Volume 1 almost at, like, the top, just based on how much I enjoyed it. Like, I remember how I felt for every volume as it came out. Volume 2 was so fun. Volume 1 was exciting. Volume 3... was so hype. We got so much shit in Volume 3. We got Winter, we got Ozpin, we got the Vital Festival tournament that we waited 3 fucking years for. We got the Maiden backstory. We got so much shit in Volume 3. Like, every volume brought something great to the table, I think. Even Volume 5, even though I mentioned it's my least favorite, like, obviously there are some things that you can legitimately say, at least I think I can say, that I liked about Volume 5, right? Fucking the Maiden fight, Maiden versus Maiden, Raven actually being revealed, like actually being in the show. Episode, what episode is it? What episode is it? I have to go back. I literally don't remember most of the episodes by name. I think it's it's the episode where Team RWBY, like, reunites with the exception of Blake, and they're, like, eating food at the table and just reminiscing. That's, like, such a feel-good episode. But yeah, I really, yeah, Rest and Relaxation, is that what the episode is? I think it's Rest and Resolution. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, I like that. That's such a feel-good episode. Just everyone's back together for the first time in a while. Like, if you're binging it, I feel like that emotion would be fleeting for you. But that was 2 years. That took 2 years to get there. Yeah, that's why I enjoyed it. Okay, so moving on from here. Yeah, so Tyrion also realizes, I think it's weird that Tyrion identifies that Salem actually wants to destroy the world, but clearly she's telling everyone different things. I think it's based on what they want to hear. Either that, or Tyrion's interpretation of what Salem wants, just might be like, maybe Tyrion's crazy enough to go along with whatever Salem wants. Salem could literally be like, hey, I'm trying to kill everybody, yourself included, myself included, and he's like, yo, I'm with it, I'm for it, what do I gotta do? This is gonna be fucking awesome, this is great, I can't wait, Like, I think Tyrion's just that, like, blindly devoted to her. Whereas someone like, hey, you wouldn't tell someone like Hazel that. You would tell something that Hazel would want to hear. Yeah, I think he's that crazy to where she could tell Tyrion what she's actually gonna do, and he's down for it no matter what. So when he's like, no, she's actually gonna kill all of us, it's gonna be awesome, Like, it's like, how do you, like, what? Are you, like, excuse me? You're actually down with that? And Emerald's just standing there like, holy, like, what the fuck did we get ourselves into? Also, I find it very, like, first off, Tyrion's kind of bullying Mercury, and then he's, like, invading his personal space a bit too much, like, wrapping his tail around Mercury, pulling him in. Like, right there, that animation right there with his tail wrapped around him, I'm like, all right, dude. You're getting a little too close there, buddy. And then he's like, all right, Mr. Black. So here's another thing that I think this is. I think this is collateral. I think this might be we're taking Mercury in case Emerald tries anything, because Tyrion, I think, can kill Mercury. Like, Mercury seems very uncomfortable, and he's clearly being like pushed and bullied and for, you know what I mean? Like, all right, Mr. Black, let's go, get your ass in the ship, we're going. And he doesn't look all that happy with what he's going through. You know, it's almost like his initiation. But like Mercury, Emerald clearly cares about him, so I feel like her taking Mercury might be like, she, you know, Emerald, you know, if anything happens, you know, if Emerald falls out of line, you know, that's, you know, Mercury's gonna pay for it or whatever. Mercury doesn't believe in social distancing. I also think it's super cool that the flying Barangles sleep like bats. Like, they're like upside down on the ceiling for like no fucking reason. I'm just like, what the heck? That's kind of funny. They're just like, you know, covered by their wings, just chilling. Also, that's what Ren, Yang, and Jean have to look forward to when they sneak in here and they see, they're not even gonna see these flying Barangles. They're just gonna get absolutely bodied. Where's their face mask? Oh boy. Imagine like they're like, all right guys, we're gonna send a message to everyone who's watching RWBY. Make sure you wear a mask. And for one entire episode, in support of social distancing and self-quarantining and wearing a mask, every character is gonna have like a mask on, and they're gonna be 6 feet apart the entire episode. Like, the episode's gonna carry on, but that's gonna be mandatorily implemented. Salem starts COVID. That's how she wins. Start COVID, GG. Yeah, can't get anyone together, can't get shit done, GG. You can literally never unite humanity because humanity can't reunite because COVID will spread. The flying Barangles with it? Yeah, they're right here. They're sleeping on the roof. Upside down like bats. But yeah, they get to, stealth mission is gonna be failed immediately if they don't look above them and see that. But yeah, they're, off goes Tyrion and Mercury. We'll see you in a couple volumes. At the very least, like I said, they're gonna get the leg up on things. I wonder if they would ever... I don't think they would start Vacuo without Team RWBY. Like, I was wondering if they would ever do, like, an episode of Vacuo's perspective without Team RWBY there. But I don't think that's possible. Like, this is the show from Team RWBY's perspective. So yeah. I don't know, that's really exciting. So, like, clearly they're setting up for the next volume, for the next, like, arc, after this one. And, yeah, we just have to wait and see. The Sword of Destruction. If there's any fucking relic you don't want Salem to have, it's probably that one. Like, that's, like, self-inserting. It's like, yep, that's Salem's brand through and through. The Sword of Destruction. And, she gets that, you can kiss your asses goodbye. Like, what's the point of bringing the 4 relics together? Just fucking eviscerate everyone with the 3 relics you already have. You said it was Jean's sword, didn't you? Yes. Here's the thing, though. Ozpin might have done the old switcheroo. Think about it. If Ozma was the King of Vale, who used the Sword of Destruction to end the Great War, and if he was somehow, you know, Jean's great-great-grandfather that he talks about, who used the sword to fight in the war, maybe Ozpin, knowing that the 3 relics that he used in the war shouldn't be just willy-nilly used, he probably put the Sword of Destruction in the vault, and then just took a basic bitch sword, and was like, this is the sword that I used to fight in the Great War. This will be passed down from my child to their child to their child, and so on and so forth. So that's the follow-up that I'm gonna go with. It's a placeholder for the sword that was actually used in the Great War, because clearly you can't have a numbskull like Jean wielding the sword, a fucking relic, the Sword of Destruction. What's the relic that's in Vale again? The Crown of Choice. So the relic of choice, which is the crown. And if you remember, the the World of Remnant on the Great War shows that the King of Vale had 3 of the 4 relics, which is a pretty cool reference and like a pretty cool like bit of detail, because if he had all 4 relics, the gods would be brought back. So the one relic that he didn't bring that wasn't relevant for the fight was the lamp. You know, he brought the crown, the sword, and the crown, the sword, and the staff. And I'm not going to spoil it because it's a really good incentive, but if you buy, this is not sponsored, by the way. If you buy RWBY Fairy Tales of Remnant and you go to, let me see if I can find it. Hey, what's that? You might just learn about it. Anyways, yeah, the crown of knowledge just might be in this book. So yeah. No spoilers. Not an ad, not sponsored, although I would like to be. Yeah, this book is $15. I got it from Barnes & Noble. So, or wherever books are sold. You can get them anyway. You can get them on Amazon. I actually have 2 copies because one of them got delayed. I originally got it on Amazon and it was delayed by like 2 weeks. And so I went to my Barnes & Nobles and they had it the day before it came out. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, I have 2 copies now. How many pages? It is 94 pages. Oh my god. If you get this book, get the audiobook, because Professor Ozpin narrates some of it and it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. I got the audiobook as well because I had to hear Professor Ozpin. Like, you hear him before he comes back in the show, which was great. But yeah, the audiobook is so good. It's so worth. But yeah, some of it's narrated by Professor Ozpin himself, and it's really, really awesome, and I like it a lot. Are there pictures? Yeah, there's a lot of pictures, actually. A lot of pictures, a lot of illustrations. I don't want to, like, do a whole thing about the book now. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're segueing really quick here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. So I'll just show the first page. So yeah, Ozpin there's a foreword by Ozpin, there's an introduction by Ozpin. Ozpin makes a mention of every single one of these stories, so I'll just talk about the first one because this chapter is available publicly. This is about a silver-eyed warrior. So the first chapter is about a silver-eyed warrior. This one is a really good one too. This guy has a really cool semblance. Yep. Talking about the kingdoms, all that stuff. Yeah, this is the book club, ladies and gentlemen. You learn about the Faunus' origins. The Grimm child. There's a brand new Grimm in this book. So good. Anyways. You might learn a thing or two about some of Ozpin's past lives. Maybe. Just maybe. But yeah, it's a really good book. It came out this summer, and yeah. A lot of good illustrations in there. Yeah, so the book gives the illustrations. The audiobook does too, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously nothing beats the pages themselves. Anyways, let us continue. Thank you for coming to my not an ad, not a sponsored segment. Oh, boy. But yeah, let's see. So, switching back here, this is where Jean excels as a character. You know, we talked about it earlier, and the strategist through and through, thinking on his feet, giving Winter an opportunity to like compromise for them. It's like, hey, I can't just let a bunch of wanted fugitives run scot-free because y'all are trying to do quote unquote the right thing, you know? Also, yeah, that the top left is the thumbnail for the episode. And yeah, they talked about, you know, obviously everyone is conflicted right now with what they should do. Winter more so than anyone, obviously. And, you know, she wants to be able to help them, but at the same time, she can't act beyond her station, you know, especially since Ironwood was like, don't let those fugitives out of your sight. So it's like, at this point, she's pulling rank. She's like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'll deal with the repercussions, because if something happens and she loses track of these characters, Ironwood's going to have a fucking fit. You know what I mean? And then you have the Aesops who are going to basically like pin it on Winter, like, oh, she just let them go. But Jean thinking on his feet was more than enough for her to be like, okay, I can try to give them what they want, and I'll give them a chance. But that's all they get is a chance. And we drop this nuke whether you come back or not. So, you know, you got to accept that. And, you know, they also get into, like, the emotional side of things with, just the Aesops and how they've been acting the last 2 volumes, you know, putting priority of the mission over their camaraderie, over any friendships or emotions or feelings they have for each other. And, you know, I don't know, they just harden themselves. And I think Ren, more than anything, is, you know, the first one to lash out at that, because that's how he's been acting the whole time. He's been, like, bottling all his emotions, and when he lashes out, it's for the wrong reasons, and it's for, you know, and it's irrational. She also mentions Tortuga, which I find that to be very interesting. I think that's turtle in Spanish. But she mentions, you know, everyone gets replaced. You think about the mission. Mara replaced Tortuga, and, you know, Winter replaced Clover. So Tortuga would obviously be a reference to the tortoise and the hare, which was also probably someone that Hare cared about, who immediately got replaced. Don't worry, I realized that after the episode too. I don't speak Spanish, so I would never pick up the Tortuga reference until after the first watch. But yeah, Tortuga was the tortoise, you know, the tortoise and the hare, likely someone that she also cared about and had to, you know, desensitize herself from losing them. And that's just, you know, that's what they're forced to do because the military, you know, kind of indoctrinates them to think like that, which is unfortunate, you know, unified in that regard. And, you know, just imagine how that would make someone like Ren feel. Imagine Pyrrha dies and they're just like, all right, we just have to carry on like nothing ever happened. You know, I can understand that's why Ren's semblance activated when it did. Because you're basically saying if you lose anyone, you have to carry on like nothing ever happened. You have to not let it affect you, you know, and that's clearly unhealthy. And so at least that's what I thought of. Like, I thought to myself, like, well, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, they can't just do that, you know, just forget people, like, just forget someone like Pyrrha. And so everyone's caught up in their emotions. Everyone's conflicted. And the fucking coolest thing, honestly, I think the highlight of the episode is Ren's semblance evolves. The man officially has vibe check, ladies and gentlemen. He can vibe check you in an instant. You can't hide what's inside because Ren knows it. He can see right through to you. And that was such a cool reveal, too. I was like, wait, what the hell's going on? I'm like, why is Ruby's rose petals here? No, I'm just kidding. But, like, initially I was like, wait, what? And then he was, like, reading her. And I was like, bro, this man just leveled up. Vibe check confirmed. But, yeah, so everyone is feeling a different sort of way. So, like, he's obviously, like, psychoanalyzing everyone at this point, just peering into their soul of how they're feeling. And I think what's happening here is that he's able to sense suppressed emotions. So notice how he didn't pick up a vibe from Yang And Yang's just, you know, she's standing there with all of them too. Maybe it's because he's not focusing on Yang, but the way I see it is like the ones that he is vibing to, I'm gonna say vibe. I'm just gonna say like he's vibing. Like the vibes that he's getting, it's literally vibe check. I really hope they call it that. That'd be fucking awesome. But you are not a vibe. Not a vibe. Not gonna lie, I actually watched that TikTok compilation today for the first time. That shit's so funny. Yeah, I was like, wow, this TikTok's that's the first TikTok I've ever watched, by the way. But yeah, that TikTok compilation of Not a Vibe was really, really funny. But yeah, it seems like he's able to sense suppressed emotions. So like for Harriet, it's red, which could signify like anger, right? Like she's angry and sad that and I think this also coincides with like the mood ring colors. Actually, let me pull this image up. I should have done that beforehand. I completely forgot about that. Let's see. Mood ring colors. Image. Oh gosh, there's so many. I don't even know if this qualifies for mood rings. Okay. Colors and mood. Red signifies passion. Orange. Okay, no, these are good feelings, not bad ones. Orange was a sense of welcoming. Green with envy. I guess it's psychological. Hold on. Psychological colors. Okay, maybe this one's... Gosh, this is so tough to tell. So this one says red is love, energy, strength. Orange, confidence, success, bravery. Green, nature, healing, quality. Pink, compassion, sincerity. Blue, trust, loyalty, competence. Yeah. But yeah, as of right now, they're feeling a bunch of things. And not very good things as of right now, of course. Like their vibes are all over the place. Let's see. Mood flower. What if the RWBY breakdown happens when Ren sees her and it's a newly with his newly improved semblance and confronts her? Oh god, that'd be crazy, right? Because she's been bottling she's all about bottling her emotions. RWBY's gonna be like, I don't even know. RWBY's just gonna be like negative colors. Hers is just gonna be transparent. Maybe he can track people down based on their emotions. I don't think it leaves like, I don't think his semblance leaves like a flower trail or anything like that. But yeah, like clearly hair is feeling like angry. Marrow is feeling regret and like, you know, a bit of sadness. Honestly, what's his name? Vine kind of seems like, he almost seems like he's like numb to all of this. Like he's not, you know, obviously he's like the collected one of all of them. You know, he's not getting like angry or outwardly expressive like the rest. And then Ren also acknowledges he has some petals going too. So he's also suppressing feelings or emotions, and clearly that's what he's been doing the entire volume, especially with Nora. And I love how his flowers are pink, you know, because that's like Nora's color as well. I mean, his kind of magenta, and that goes, you know, that's based on his color. Vine is a sociopath. Vine has mastered his emotions. The emotions / colors made me think of the 7 chakras and which are blocked. Interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't look that much into like the color representation of these actually. I did see a lot of conversations going on like social media, but let's see. Let me read some of your chats. Maybe that'll help. Orange is a color used a lot in warnings. She could be suppressing fear. Green is a color of natural acceptance. He quietly accepts that they would die. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Red makes sense. Anger. Marrow's is sadness. Vine is calm. Ren's is compassion. when he's talking about Oscar. Oh my god, that's so good. That actually might be what it is. Yeah, so Elm and Harriet is anger. I mean, different strands of anger, right? Like, Hare's is more of like, almost like to the point of like, I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, Elm seems a bit more uncontrolled anger. No, actually, they have red and orange, both of them. Okay, so I thought one had more red than orange, but no, they both have red and orange in there. So that's like passionate anger. Like, it's anger that comes from a place of love, you know, because they cared about losing Clover, and they care about the situation that they're in. And then, yeah, Marrow being sad, Vine being accepting, Ren being compassionate, that definitely lines up. Orange is the new black. No. We don't do that here. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Elm and Hare are the same colors. There's red and orange. It's just Hare seems to have more red than orange, and Elm seems to have more orange than red. At least that's what it looks like on my screen, but they definitely have both colors blended in there. So Hare's could be more anger out of passion, out of love for you know, because she misses Clover and she's upset that he's gone. And Elm's can, I don't know how we would define Elm's. Elm just seems a little bit more like hostile, because she was actually willing to pull some police brutality. Like, I'm gonna punch you while you're handcuffed and you can't defend yourself. That actually irritated. I'm like, yo, this man's just speaking straight facts and you're gonna hit him for that? That actually upset me a little bit. I was like, come on, you were raised better than that. You can't be pulling that shit. That's some police brutality. Meanwhile, Yang is just chilling. She's just like, y'all good? But yeah. Was she, though? Yeah, she was. She winded back and was about to hit him, and then Winter was like, stop it. You know, she, like, pushed her back. But yeah, she was literally about to deck Ren. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of disrespectful, not gonna lie. But yeah. I do like how Winter was like, I outrank you. How does it feel? You ain't shit. Get on my level. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she could have done it as intimidation, but I don't know. I feel like she would have hit him if Winter wasn't there. But yeah, I do like how she was like, I outrank you. And that just shuts up Hare. It's like, well, when someone else is calling the shots, you're kind of, you know, you gotta, you know, drop you down a peg or two. And I like how this gave Winter the opportunity to do what she ultimately wanted, because I feel like she wants to help Team RWBY or Team Yang and company. But like I said, she's committed. She has to stay committed to her station, and she's already going out on a limb for them right now, because if something happens and she loses track of them or loses sight of them, or they don't come out of the whale, or it blows up with them inside, and if she goes back to Ironwood without them in her possession, Ironwood is going to be furious, you know, because that's going to call into question Winter's loyalty, and why is she going against what he's ordering? And then you're going to have someone like Hare, who's like, she just let these fugitives do whatever the hell they want. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of the fact if it's like, oh, that's strategically speaking, it makes sense. That's a good idea. We do want some scouts to go in and survey the area to make sure this plan goes off without a hitch. But we know why Winter did it. You know, she gave them a chance, and she's still going to commit to the bomb even if they don't get out. But yeah, things worked out for them. So this is their opportunity. This is their moment. Also, Winter is an absolute vibe, like, no pun intended. But yeah, they are going on. You know, the Oscar Pine rescue arc has now begun, ladies and gentlemen. Jean, Ren, and Yang are gonna clean up the quote unquote Oscar protection squad, or the sad excuse of the Oscar protection squad, if you ask me, because this shit's all over the place. Also, Ren basically confirmed what we've been saying about Marrow for like the entire volume, which is like, bruh, you're like 2 seconds away from jumping ship, and we can see it, and we can literally just see it on his face the entire time. Like, he's clearly like moving towards like getting out of there, and he doesn't want that either. Meanwhile, Winter is a mixed bag of emotions, which is ridiculous. She's literally a rainbow right now. She's angry, she's conflicted, she's sad, she's also content. You know, she's stuck, like, she has to settle for it, she's got to put up with it. Like, that's crazy. Like, oh, she's such a great character, man. I just think that shot looks really nice, too. Just, like, the leaves around her. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Winter, too. You know? Because it's like, after Ironwood shot Councilman Slee, I don't think anyone was like, damn, dude, I'm so glad I'm on his side. You know? Like, like, he's losing his goddamn mind. He's literally like, no. Like, you're just getting away with murder now because there's something greater at stake. That's how you become, like, I don't know, that's how you become a dictator. So, you know, as of right now, I think the next episode is going to set up with Jean and company going into the whale, trying to find Oscar, coming across Hazel, maybe Emerald, maybe Neo if she's still there, obviously having to fight their way through Grimm. Salem might be caught off guard. I don't think Salem's going to be caught off guard, but Salem has to know. She's got like a bird's eye view, like through the whale's like nose, through the whale's face. So another thing too is that they're going in there and they could potentially come across Salem and they're going to come face to face with her, or there's a chance that they'll come face to face with her. So I'm like really worried about how this interaction is going to fare. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I hope everything works out for Winter at the very least. I don't know if she knows what's going on at her house, but obviously with Cinder and the Hound looking for Penny and where Penny just ended up, and the fact that Klein and her mother and her sister and her brother are still there, you know, it's just upset that like a lot of the stuff that's going on, she's just gonna probably find out about it after the fact, because, you know, her current objective is the whale, you know? And similar to how, like, you have to pick a side, right? It's either Atlas, is it Mantle? Like, it seems like Winter has prioritized Atlas over her family, you know? And that could be a part of this whole mood, of this whole vibe that she's got going on, you know? So, you know, only time will tell. I do hope Ren vibe checks some of the characters too. I think the idea of seeing how Ruby's emotions are repressed right now would be really interesting, to just get a look at her to get a psychological look at her as a character. You know what would be crazy? You know what would be absolutely busted? If Ren and if Jean took Ren's hand in one hand and took Robin's hand in another, and then buffed both of their semblances at the same time, and they both used it on a single target, you would literally be able to peer into someone's, like, soul. Like, no lying, inside or outside. That'd be nuts. They would never put the characters in a situation to do that in, but it's like, you can't hide your emotions, and you can't lie to somebody, you know? Just do that with Salem. Be like, Salem, what's going on? What are you thinking? What are you feeling right now? God, imagine he vibe checks Salem, who's lived for thousands of years. What could someone like that be feeling? She's probably felt every emotion known to man, and then some. You know? God, hers is just black. It's just every emotion possible. Or it's just blood red. Just like anger incarnate. But yeah. Again, May Marigold bringing those realistic factors to the forefront. All right. We picking a side. Which side do you want? It's alarm. It's kind of troubling how they can't pick a side. Like, they can't decide. They literally just think we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. Oh, and then after that, we're gonna loop around and go here, and then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna save everything and do everything and save everybody, because apparently we have time on our hands, you know. So it's just crazy that she's like, choose, and they were just like, I don't know how to choose. What is that? What is choosing? Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine if there was fast food in the world of Remnant? And it's like, what do you want to eat? They need a RWBY Chibi episode of that now. RWBY Chibi season 4, man. I'm just coming up with episodes on the spot, man. God. Or, even better, it would be Ironwood taking the kids to, like, I don't know what equivalent they would have. Freaking Oscars. I don't know. Not Oscars. I don't know what kind of places they would have. Mick Salem's Burgers and Fries. I don't know. I can't think of one on the spot, but just some type of fast food eatery, and it's just Ironwood taking the kids, and then Ironwood and RWBY getting into an argument of like what they should choose to do, because they're clearly both at odds in this volume. So they're just like, we should get milkshakes. Nah, we should get soft drinks. Milkshakes, soft drinks, and it's just like a constant fight back and forth. Oh, Weiss Castle? Oh my God, that's so clever. Holy shit, and it's owned by the Schnee Company. Yes, it's Weiss's up-and-coming business. Yeah, Weiss Castle. Or it could just be White Castle, and it would just be... No, that's copyright. Someone said KF Schnee. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think the Schnee, I think the Schnees are too privileged for that. Like, that's literally like peasant food to them. You know? Remember, Weiss doesn't eat canned food. You know? She's like, canned food? What are you, a savage? What's wrong with you? It's like, bro, don't knock canned food. Canned food's great. But yeah, I don't know, I just think that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, the fact that they have to choose is alarming, that they still haven't decided, like, what they're gonna do. It's like, either you do this thing, or you do that thing, or I'm gonna leave your asses here and y'all can figure it out, because y'all can't make up your goddamn mind. Meanwhile, the man, the myth, the legend, finally, Klein is back. Holy shit. This was such a pop-off. Yo, lower your audio when you get to this part of the reaction if you haven't seen it already. Oh my God. I was like, when I saw the silhouette on the door, I was like, they brought him back. It's fucking Klein. Dude. You called it? I mean, you can't have an Atlas arc without Klein Sieban. Or Sabin. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. S-I-E-B-A-N. S-I-E-B-E-N. But yeah, the freaking 7 dwarves, man. We saw a couple of those emotions. We saw Grumpy. I forgot what, I think the green is Doc, because he was like stuttering a little, and I know that Doc stutters. So you got Grumpy, you got Happy, the blue eyes. You got Green, which I think might have been Doc, which is like the, you know, because he's the doctor. He's there to fix up. He's there to fix up Weiss. I'm sorry, Nora. God, King Klein. Oh, Green is bashful? Okay, I think, yeah, it's kind of right. The only reason why I said this is because he was stuttering, and I know Doc stutters. Yo, look at that. Klein also can tie a bow tie. So not only does this man tie an actual tie, right? As seen in Volume 4. But this man is so sophisticated that he leveled the fuck up and was like, that clip-on tie wearing bitch isn't around anymore. I'm about to level up. Let's go with the bow tie. We're new and improved out here. God, I'm so glad Klein's back. That's so awesome. Which one was Sneezy? The one that sneezes. You mean like the color of his eyes? I know what you meant. I just thought that was funny. Hold on. Let's I think yellow. I think yellow were his eyes when he sneezed. That was Volume 4, Chapter 2. If anyone wants to go back, check that and confirm it for me. Because my browser's going hella slow right now, so I can't do it right now. Hashtag smug-ass tie-wearing butler is back. Fuck yeah. Let's see. Let me get through some of these super chats. That reminded me when Sarge outright. Oh yeah, I did see that at the end of at the end of season 12 when he was like, I want to be upgraded. What did he say to Major? And he's like, Griff, I outrank you again. I knew he was doing that only to get back at Griff. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of too. I appreciate how Jean has improved his fighting style, but also retains his clumsiness. Reminds me of the fighting style of Old Boy. Yeah, I mean he's getting there. You know, he's still our lovable vomit boy. Thank you for the super chat, Gorilla Geek. Nom22, Merry Christmas. Thanks for the content as always. Quick question: do you think being forced to choose a side will lead RWBY to a breaking point? I don't think it's gonna be. Like, now they can't choose because Penny just fucking crash landed. Are you kidding me, dude? Like, with Penny being here, it's gonna make the choice even harder. Because now it's like, well, you're tending Nora, now you got a maiden to worry about, you know? I feel like whatever happens to the people that she cares about most is gonna cause RWBY to break. Whether that's something happening to her sister, something happening to Weiss, something happening to Penny, that's what's gonna, another character death is going, or character injury or something is gonna, that's what's gonna push RWBY, I think. This decision will either make RWBY a better leader or a broken spirit. Hell, maybe a bit of both. Yeah, I can see it going either way, honestly. But you want to know the best part about Klein being back? Like, real talk. The fact that it was made possible by Whitley, which was uninfluenced by anybody. And this, I think, is where Whitley's true character is going to start developing, because he's uninfluenced by his father. He has none of those bad vibes around him, you know, and he's actually thinking and acting for himself. And I loved this moment. I was like, yo, Whitley came through for the squad. Are you kidding me, dude? But yeah, I really, really love this. This was such a wholesome moment to just see them in. It's like him hugging his sister for the first time, her being proud of him. The fact that he did something not for her, but for himself, right? It's like, whoa, wow, you aren't a monster after all. You look so much, you resembled so much of our disgusting, like, evil father that unfortunately you were guilty by associating with him and kind of reveling in that as well. Look at that, you take Jacques out of the equation and life is better for everyone. So I really liked that Whitley helped out, you know? He helped out for someone, you know, and obviously he's being a tsundere about it. He's like, it's not like I helped you or anything, Baka. Like, I didn't do it for you. I did it for her. And, you know, it was great. I liked it. I really hope we get to, I really hope Whitley, maybe Whitley's going to be the one to help Willow come out of her current state, you know? It's like, damn, my kids are getting along too now, and Whitley's kind of coming into his own. Yeah, I really like that. I wonder if Klein's dwarf thing is a passive semblance. Also, if it has any upsides, really want to see Miss Schnee and Klein team up when the team runs. God, that'd be so great if Klein could actually fight. Which one haven't we seen? We haven't seen Dopey. So I think we've seen like 4 of them so far. We've seen Sneezy, Happy, Bashful, Grumpy. I don't remember. There's Dopey, Doc, and Dopey, Doc. God, man, I wish I remembered all of the 7 dwarves. Dopey is green? I don't know. Dopey, Sneezy, Happy. Wait. Sneezy, Happy, Grumpy, Doc, Bashful, Dopey, and Sneezy. Okay, there we go. That's all 7. Ask Cal. Oh, God. Cal's gonna... She's gonna shame me if I tell her I don't know all the 7 dwarves. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. The hug made me cry happy tears. I was dreaming of this, literally. I literally dreamed about this. So precious. Hey, you willed it into existence. We have you to thank for this. Aimee LZ. Yeah, this was a great moment. I really, really liked this. Also, Dark Titan 5010. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Crashes into chat. I'm late. Hey, better late than never, Dan. Not a problem. However, you crash landed. See what I did there? You crashed just in time to see Penny crash into the Schnee Manor grounds. I made a pun. I did a good thing. I learned from the best, Dan. However, it couldn't be worse. Because Penny crashing here is like, damn, last time she saw RWBY, she was like, hey, I'll see you guys pretty soon, super optimistic. Crash lands here. You got Cinder on your tail. You have the Hound on your tail. So I feel like this place is literally going to be a battlefield pretty soon. Unless Mama Schnee and Weiss and Blake can hold them off, they're going to have a Fall Maiden and a Hound here to take Penny's powers. And Penny's in no condition to defend herself at all. Yeah, they Yamcha'd, yeah, I'm hearing that constantly. They Yamcha'd Penny. Dragon Ball Z fans will understand that reference. But yeah, and now you're asking them to choose a side. I feel like now they're forced to stay here. Maybe Mama Schnee will come through and help out. That'd be cool if RWBY does use her Silver Eyes, but the fact is she has Cinder, who's part Grimm, and the Hound, who's like next level Grimm, who's also intelligent, and they've never experienced something like that. So they're gonna be just as like mind fucked as Yang and Jean and Ren were, you know? And it's kind of unfair. Like, let's be honest. Penny's the only one that can deal with the Maiden, but a Maiden and the Hound, that's GG on the villains right there, in my opinion. Unless Mama Schnee can, like, summon an entire fleet, and unless Mama Schnee literally just summons an entire, like, army of soldiers by her side to defend her manor, you know, I don't know, it's gonna be really tough. RWBY has her Silver Eyes as well, but, like, in a situation like this, I don't know if you can draw a lot of happy, feel-good moments to keep people alive and stuff like that. And it's not like her power, her Silver Eyes can defend her against everything. You know, she was having an issue using her Silver Eyes in the last season, so, you know, it's just, oh, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is how the episode ends off. This is what they left us with. We have a lot to look forward to, though. We have the inevitable confrontation that's going to take place at the Schnee Manor with Team RWBY, with RWBY, Weiss, Blake, May, Mama Schnee, Whitley, Penny. Inevitably, I'm pretty sure the Hound's going to pick up the Sen or find out where the Maiden is, but you're going to have they're going to have the Fall Maiden and the Hound after them here. You got Ironwood doing God knows what. You're going to have Jean, Yang, and Ren go into the whale to get Oscar. You have Hazel, who might potentially ask a question if he can get the relic on his hands. You got Oscar, who could potentially get saved. You have a nuke that's going to be dropped pretty soon. There's so much. There's literally so much stuff. There's so much that there's so much more that they have to tell. Here's what I want. And this, I'm going to say this once, fingers crossed. Are we ever going to see Weiss's time dilation again? Are we ever going to see it again? I need to know. Like, this is ridiculous. It's been actual years. And it's like, I could use we could probably use some time dilation. We could probably use a really busted ass ability right about now, going up against a maiden and a fucking hound that can shapeshift. Some of y'all probably forgot about time dilation. Freaking Volume 4. Exhibit A, Exhibit A, Volume 2. Sorry, not Volume 4. Volume 2. The only 2 times she ever used it. Once against Blake and once on herself. And then they just put that shit away and never touched it again. It's like, damn, I get Atlas is like a fan of gravity dust, but come on now. Also, freedom. 6 years ago. Yeah, that's when I made my prediction that Grimm would eventually be able to talk. I made that prediction 6 years ago. Arnold always stays on that time dilation watch. That's what I feel like. Like, Killaxon, she's on like Raven Watch 2021 at this point. She's out here saying like, I'm on the lookout for Raven Bronwyn. When is she gonna make herself relevant in the plot again? That's me in time dilation. I'm on like Time Dilation Watch 2021. That's my campaign. Who's trying to get behind that? I need to follow up on that pretty soon. We're gonna get into the poll in a second. The mid-season finale poll. Let's see. Give me a second. And see. Okay. I got it. It's ready to go. I also have to show you guys the results of last week's poll. Also, Emerald is Aladdin, so has nothing to do but... So, who had nothing but bad vibes, she deserves the lamp. Yeah, so we talked about that earlier, but there's a lot of ways that this can go. It can go, like, the lamp could go to either Hazel, it can go to Emerald, it can go to Salem, it can go to Cinder. It can go to any one of those 4. I'm on Raven Watch too. Raven Watch 2020? No, it's 2021. The last episode of this year came out. The next episode we're getting is in 2021. The 100th episode at that. So if you're expecting Raven, expect it in the second half. Which, you know, we had a conversation. We talked about this. We were like, oh, well, Tai Yang saw the broadcast, but how is he going to find Raven? And that quickly, they literally made the broadcast like 10 minutes ago, unless Raven's like getting dressed in the background, you know? Unless she's in the house already and just wasn't in the shot, there's no fucking way that makes sense. And she can also warp to Yang or Crow, because she can bond to both of them. But yeah, you're going bird watching. But yeah, ultimately that is the episode. That's all the nitty gritty goodness. Shout out to concept art. I love the mood that they gave for Weiss's room. That looks really nice. I like the top down shot of Atlas with the whale on it too. That looked really great. And that concept art of the Elysian forces, they look like toy soldiers. Like toy soldiers, toy ships, and toy figures. It looks really cool. I really like it. But yeah, Weiss's room is peak aesthetic. I agree. I definitely agree. I really like that. As Klein goes up the stairs, his eyes turn yellow, sneezy, and he sneezes. Thought that was a cool deal. Oh, was it? I didn't see that. Also, I sent you another $10 super chat. Don't know if you saw. Jordan Peltonen. Let me scroll back up there. Maybe I missed you. I apologize. Yeah, you did actually. Sorry about that. Seems like we're making a list of simp-worthy ladies this volume. Might add Emerald to that list. Oh boy. Yeah, I have my four ladies. It was who was it? It was Blake, Yang, Salem, Glinda so far. Glinda just bumped up like 20 points just because of the Maya engine. And the fact that she has like a dedicate I think another yeah. Let's just go with the Maya engine. For lack of a better term. But yeah, and then the last concept art is the big boy himself, the big whale. But that is the chapter, ladies and gentlemen, the last chapter of 2020. Just a quick reminder, again, the volume will reconvene on February 6th, 2021 for first members. Mark your calendars, just so you don't forget. And as a reminder, I will let people know on YouTube, on Twitter, and in the Discord, I will be doing a Volume 8 watch-along live stream of episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on January 30th, 1 week before RWBY comes back on the Rooster Teeth website. So we are going to be doing a rewatch live stream marathon of Volume 8. And that'll be live with the chat. We can rewatch the volume. We can get hyped and excited. You know, as the volume is going to be coming back together as time goes on. And hopefully you guys will look forward to and enjoy that. I will eventually do a series rewatch every weekend when they announce the final volume, which is hopefully years down the line. When? Okay, so again, the live stream watch along for volume 8 is going to be on January 30th, 2021. Mark your calendars. That's on YouTube, by the way. Just like what we're doing right now, but we're going to be watching the episodes together. So I just want to let you guys know that. Everyone can tune in. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get the notifications so you don't miss it out. I will let people know on Twitter. I will let people know like a week in advance. Like, hey, this is the plan. Mark your calendars if you want to tune in so you don't miss out. But yeah, I feel like that's a fun little mid-season finale return to the volume, just, you know, to get everybody hyped and excited and back on the same page with the show like the week before it comes out. What time? How long is this volume so far? It's about, let's see, it's about 17 to 2041, 2042, 2043. Okay, so it's going to be about 3 hours long. So we'll probably start around 4 p.m. and it'll end like around 7 because I don't want people to be, I don't want people's weekends to be confined just to my channel for that day. So it'll be Saturday, probably 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have like 4 or 5 weeks for me to iron out the details. And obviously we're going to be chatting and I'm going to be reading comments and donations and alerts and stuff like that. So yeah, we're not just going to be watching the episode only. We're going to be chatting, interacting, and hanging out for that night. So hopefully you guys look forward to it. But thank you guys all so very much for the support. We're going to be doing the opinionated, pointless polls now and then closing out the stream. So again, I just want to say thank you guys all so very much for hanging out and for the support, and you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the discussion. Okay, so let us check out the results of last week's poll, which was a very interesting turnout. It literally came down to the wire on Twitter. Like literally in the last like couple of hours, Fall took the spot. So welcome to Season 2, Round 6 of the Opinionated Pointless Polls. This week's question may or may not be a reference to RWBY, but I digress. Simply put, what is your favorite season of the year? Winter, spring, summer, fall? I'll be honest with you. Fall won today. Winter was in the lead all week. And it's kind of crazy. 1,619 votes total. Winter won by 1.2%. Oh, I'm sorry. Fall won by 1.2%. That's crazy. That close. I mean, spring, and I'm surprised no one picked summer. Honestly, I thought everyone was going to pick summer because, like, you know, summertime, summer, you know, summer vibes, no school, you know, school, you know, break and all that stuff. I honestly thought summer was going to win it, but I'm really surprised that it was between, we're basically in the two best months of the year for most people are back to back, fall into winter. I don't know why anyone, I mean, I can understand winter, you know, the holidays and stuff like that. Fall is a great vibe. Not too hot, not too cold. You get to wear hoodies, bonfires, Thanksgiving, the colors, right? The leaf, like this GIF is a perfect representation right here of why fall is so great. Just like the fall's aesthetic is just tops. You can't top fall aesthetic. At least I don't think you can. And then on YouTube, the turnout was huge, 12,000. But winter actually took it, 44%. So the sample size on Twitter is on YouTube is a bit more telling of like the vocal, like the majority of people. Like YouTube, y'all had your victory. YouTube had your victory, but I'm sorry, Twitter had their victory, I should say. But YouTube's where like the true definitive answers, like the definitive opinions are. Let's be real. But yeah, so winter actually came through and won. So for all of you who are like, no, winter, y'all get to have your cake. And if you play your cards right, you might be able to eat it too. Anyways, the final poll. Y'all can probably expect, y'all probably know what to expect from this. Oh, hold on, my, welcome to round 7 of the mid-season finale. Let's see, welcome to round 7. Okay, I need to fix this real quick because I don't have enough character. I wanted to change it around to be like mid-season finale. Yeah, it's Avatar based, ladies and gentlemen. So that should be fun and exciting. Welcome to round 7 of the mid. Oh, I don't know why I said mid-season season. Oh, that didn't change it. Oh, that's probably why. Okay, welcome to round. Oh, gosh, I hate this. Welcome. Well, where's lightning? That would be fire bending. It's whatever the base bending in. So if you want lightning bending, you go fire. You want blood bending, you go water. You want metal bending, you go earth. I guess air bending is just air bending. Okay, welcome to round 7. Oh, no, I didn't need the welcome to the round 7 mid-season finale of the opinionated pointless polls. This week's question may harken back to a classic animated series that we all know and love, but if you had the ability to bend one of the 4 elements, which would it be? Water, earth, fire, air? Have fun, y'all. And I'll put up the YouTube one following the stream. Oh, there we go, guys. Pack it in. GG. Y'all, water bending, it is confirmed. It actually won. It's been great. I guess we can stop it here. You missed blood bending? Well, it's the base bending, guys. So if you're a blood bender, that means you're a water bender. If you're a lightning bender, you're a fire bender. And so on and so forth. I haven't seen seasons 3 or 4 of Legend of Korra, so if there's any extra bending shit in that, I have no idea what it is. Fire bending is winning as of right now. 42.1%. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys all so very much for the love, your kindness, your generosity, your support. I hope all of you enjoy the holidays. Hopefully you guys have been good this year. Hopefully you guys get a lot of exciting gifts and have fun moments with friends and family the best way you can in 2020. But thank you guys all so much. I want to give again a huge thank you to everybody for the overwhelming generosity of the donations, the super chat, the good vibes in chat, everything else in between. Thank you guys all very much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I'm gonna be switching gears after Christmas and focusing on red versus blue content. That's gonna be coming back. I'm also going to be streaming on Twitch a lot more, twitch.tv/murderofbirds. Genshin Impact's new update just came out yesterday, the Dragon Spine region. So I'm going to be streaming that tomorrow and Friday, I think. My reaction will be posted to YouTube on Saturday as per usual at noontime. So hopefully you guys look forward to and enjoy that. But thank you. Thank you guys all so much. Merry Christmas in the chat once again. Thank you guys all very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the mid-season break. Relax, take a load off, enjoy all the games, movies, TV shows, you know, and good vibes all around. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. I will see you guys, as usual, when we return for the mid-season finale. I'm going to be doing my mid-season watch-along for Volume 7, Volume 8 on the 30th. So, like, again, mark the calendars. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys all so much. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Take care. Bye.